bitch like I was Drake, yeah.
Don't just try to tell me you love me. Can't keep it real if you really don't trust me. Come with a real, you here up in the front, so you get my meals. I'm gunning for the money in the bank. Coming with a dank, scrolling that tank, rolling with the gang. You sitting out on the sideline tripping, I go to the hole with the rock like Pippin.
Yeah. I'm okay.
What up, though, and welcome to What Awaits Live on Woodsports.com. He's joined by Spinmo Rax, young Chris Skywalker, and believe it or not,
Yeah.
the man himself
hardest guy to get a date with in the city
is here.
Damn, boys. You guys got me blushing over here. How about the
Come on, man.
Tigers?
Tigers win. Tigers win.
Let's go.
Great
Shout
first game.
Got rocked a little bit today. Not rocked. I don't want to say rocked.
It's just, I mean, he let up 2 runs.
He's been so good.
Yeah, it was.
We're not used to what we saw today. And today was still good out.
It was raining the whole time. It was an ugly game. His
bit.
pitch count was way up there, and yeah, he got the win. So that's all that matters.
Yes. Shout out to Scooble. Shout out to the Detroit Tigers. Shout out to the hit batters today. Smacking everything.
Yeah, that was boys were swinging some hot sticks. Riley obviously with the bases clearing double. Yeah, bases clearing RBI double. Javi had a couple bloopers that snuck in there. Zach McKinstry absolutely demolished the ball.
Shout out to him, man. He's on the sauce or something.
Shout out to him. We're gonna get into that.
Must be the shoes.
We got a lot of stuff for the intro because I want the Tigers. We're going to do a whole Tigers segment. We're going to break down Game 1. We're going to talk about Game 2. Paul Skeens on the mound for the Pirates. Looks like the weather's clearing up, so probably not going to have as much rain as they did in Game 1.
6:10.
6:10 supposed to start raining again?
Confirmed.
No, 6:10 start.
Oh, 6:10 start.
Second game.
Okay.
Yeah,
we're gonna get into that. But there's another thing. I want to present this to the class first. It was kind of jaw-dropping when I saw it for the first time because, the Dallas Cowboys, right?
Okay.
They call themselves America's team. They're the Cowboys. It's the star. It's America. It's Dallas. But they could have done something that's almost the least patriotic thing you could do, and that is force another war. Because there is some Brian Schottenheimer new. We got this tweet I saw from Chuck Bass about Brian Schottenheimer and his link to these conflicts breaking out, and it was kind of damning when I saw it.
Damn.
And here it is in 2005, the U.S. war with Iraq. Brian Schottenheimer was calling plays for the Jets. In 2015, the U.S. war with ISIS. Brian Schottenheimer was calling plays for the Rams. And in 2025, U.S. at war with Iran. Brian Schottenheimer got the job calling plays for the Dallas Cowboys. So,
God damn.
I don't know if they can even call themselves America's team anymore after single-handedly starting this conflict.
To be fair, he called plays last year, too.
Yeah, well, that doesn't fit the narrative. All I know is he's got a job, and we're at war. So, who is the real terrorist? Sounds like it's Brian Schottenheimer.
Yeah. Get this man to unemployment.
Yeah, keep him
to unemployment.
Keep him somewhere else.
Oh, it was the Bills head coach. They had like a 9/11 analogy.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
What was that?
I don't know.
Do you remember what it was?
I don't know. No, I don't remember.
Darren. We're gonna take those. I don't know what he said. I don't even want to repeat it.
Anything to rile up the troops.
I'm just thankful it wasn't our guy from Michigan, Rob Salah. We'd be in a lot more trouble there. A lot sketchy situation if he was the one to use that.
This quote.
You reading it? You found it?
Yeah.
Read it, please.
Okay.
Because I don't think I've ever listened to it. I just know that it happened.
This is okay. So he said, not only was this is an article from NFL.com.
If you type in his name on Google, Sean McDermott, the first thing is 9/11.
Yeah,
That's a wild thing to be known
win
for.
a Super Bowl.
That's a wild claim to fame.
Win a Super Bowl. He says, not only was 9/11 a horrific event in our country's history, but it was also the day I lost a good family friend, McDermott said during an unplanned appearance in the Bills media room. As I mentioned, is this his apology?
That's his apology. Yeah, we don't want the
What
apology.
did he say? Yeah.
We want to know what he said.
Yeah, what the hell? I don't care about his apology.
It's all right. The point is, Brian Schottenheimer, not a great guy.
Not a great guy. Might be a terrorist.
Confirmed. I'm also looking for what he said. And I know it was something crazy. Got a little bit of trouble. If you had to apologize for it, he said something crazy. When is...
Okay, wait.
Maybe he's taking him down?
He was... the first half struggles against the Patriots. He stopped himself for giving an answer because he said, I was going to use an airplane flying analogy, but I'll stay away from that.
That can't be it.
That's
that
just
can't be what he got in
Oh,
trouble
no, that was after he already got caught for it. I guess he said that too.
How many times we got to teach
this guy?
I just need what he said.
All right, I'll find it. I'm going to use...
No wonder it's his top search.
Use ChatGPT. You're using ChatGPT?
Because obviously Google's not helping us.
No. They're talking about...
All apologies. Maybe he paid to get it scrubbed off the internet. Who knows?
He could be. Yeah, because all of the articles about him apologizing or him referencing him saying it.
Okay. What tactics do you think they used to come together? What do you think their biggest obstacle was?
Oh, he was breaking down the 9/11 hijack. All right, whatever. Yeah. Not a good.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, sorry. We got too.
That was a couple minutes. They're not getting back.
We got too entrenched into that. But moral of the story: Brian Schottenheimer caused the war in Iran. So
You heard it here.
allegedly,
first.
yeah.
Oh my God! I didn't send it. The Cade Cunningham commercial. Did you see that on Jimmy Kimmel?
No, but we did get an exclusive behind the scenes with the Pirates right fielder. We got this before Nick did. We have a video in there. Do you see the video of the baseball player in there? That Chris is about to grab it for us. But yeah, we have an exclusive behind the scenes because obviously there were some struggles by the Pirates in the outfield today. Bunch of balls that they botched. A lot of stuff dropping.
Brady was out there.
Yeah.
Oh.
Way to go, dude.
How am I supposed to know?
What else would that be? We literally talked about it.
I know we didn't.
Okay. All right, man. Way to ruin the joke.
Well, they don't even know who he is.
Yeah, they do. They've seen him. We've had him on before.
Yeah, but I mean that doesn't really.
All right, just keep coping with ways you ruin the joke.
It was how am I don't know I didn't know the fucking joke.
You literally made the joke.
I didn't know you were using the joke.
What do you think I was doing? Hey, whatever. Do the next segment.
You using my stuff this week.
Do the next segment.
No. We gotta play this. Do you remember when I told that one guy Brady was gay?
Yeah. That was really funny.
Hi, my name is Brady Wood. I'm number 25, and I'm a utility player for the Fort McMurray Giants. My favorite baseball memory is last year winning the conference tournament for the 10th straight year. My favorite MLB team is the Detroit Tigers, and my favorite player is Bryce Harper because he's a rock star.
Oh, I am going to AI the fuck out of that. I'm going to make him say some dumb shit.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I like ice cream. I'm cooking with that one.
Our guy Brady, dude.
Shout out to our guy Brady. He is the man.
He's the man. And he was a dog.
He
had like a 400 average in college.
Really?
Yeah, like he's really good.
When did they start doing OPS?
They're probably doing OPS. They're definitely doing OPS when he was in college.
What is it?
He was only in college like 3 years ago. What? I checked my watch.
No, just the fact of like what you said, like the stat, like
yeah,
it's not new.
It's not OPS is not
brand
that new. No, it's not that new. But yeah, that's who was in right field for the Pirates today.
Got his numbers from 2017 to 2021.
Yeah, let's see him.
Before I get into the numbers, wow, this is legit. He's got full-on stats.
Oh,
for
dude,
all of
yeah.
years.
He went to the College World Series.
Before the stats get in here, that was some sick flow.
Good flow. Yeah, bring the lettuce back.
Flow right there. Yeah, averaged a 944 OPS in college.
He was like that.
Wow,
damn, dude, Brady was really
yeah.
good.
357
Brady's
average,
taking brother
436 on base percentage. Yeah, that's That's
357 average.
What was the slugging percentage?
357 average in college, 944 OPS, over 500 slugging.
Wow.
Brady Wood, no wonder this guy closes deals. He's
Brady
a fucking
Riggs.
man.
Brady Riggs.
Wow, I did not know he was nice.
Yeah,
like that,
dog.
son.
He's a dog.
That's sick.
Yeah, he would take Broder deep.
How funny, like we're like
Oh,
No
right.
Diddy.
Broder was D1.
Broder's
friends
D1
No
for sure,
Diddy.
but
professional
Broder is
athletes
far
at this
removed.
network, and we're more impressed with Brady. than Brady
Yeah, I mean,
right now.
Brady.
I guess 'cause we didn't know.
He went to the College World Series, dude.
Yeah.
Their team was good. Like I said, Broder, in their primes, peak of their primes, Broder's carving Brady up. But Broder's far removed. Brady's just got out of college like 3 years ago.
I was talking to Brody. His pitch was the changeup.
Yeah. Broder was a field pitcher.
Crafty.
He's not a gas guy. He's big crafty lefty.
Like a Kenny Rogers. Like,
Dude, speaking of gas guys,
Shout out to Broder. New
how about
kid.
Hernandez?
Yeah, looked pretty good.
bro.
I mean, every great bullpen has a fucking
Fat
Dominican
Dominican.
flamethrower. We got one.
Fat Dominican flamethrower coming out of the pen.
I mean, that's what we're officially World Series about.
I mean, yeah, they just snagged that. Like, obviously, I don't expect him to be that forever.
That's true.
But hey,
He's literally. I texted him.
that's
He's better
about
than
as
the
good as it
kid.
gets for a first outing.
He's better than the kid the Red Sox just got. That traded Rafael Devers for.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, that's one outing against the Pirates. I'm going to try not to overreact,
But
but,
even the
I am
ERA.
about to overreact. That splitter was nasty to go along with the slider and the
And the
high
fastball.
fastball.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm sold. I mean, yeah, if we play the Pirates, who
that's
else
fair. God damn
blows?
it.
But
You
yeah,
ruined it.
Hey,
that's why.
what do you mean?
Yeah,
Pirate's a pirate. I like to see a guy with some swing and miss and some heat coming out of
He
that
still,
pen.
had, he still had some heat. You're right.
Keep that going. He was
Yep.
dropping 99 in there. I was like, okay, all right.
You
I
know
was
what
driving at the point Dan Dick was like his issue's been finding the zone.
He was throwing strikes.
Strikes.
Yes, today. So I guess he's always had the stuff. It's just like finding the zone.
Federal keep him in that zone.
I went back to the pitching ninjas like breakdown of him like 23, and dude, he's throwing 100. Same exact thing with the splitter.
Yeah.
100 high.
The
Splitter
splitter
low.
was
Yes.
a big splitter too. He
Yeah.
had that thing.
Out.
Dude,
Yeah.
that was crazy.
Down and out.
I bet I could throw a pretty mean splitter because how big my fucking fingers are.
Some paws on you.
Nobody in the Woodward Sports Chat with the super chat. He says, "Easy.
out.
Remember the time you said you were gonna bang that chat member's girlfriend? That was funny as hell." Hashtag remember that time on the heavyweight. I remember when you put a bounty on somebody's girlfriend live on
That would be
heavyweight.
a great.
Oh, Skywalker, if you would have seen this. He said, some dude, it was a very
No, we're not.
lighthearted
No,
Yo
we're
Mama
not.
joke. This guy made a very lighthearted Yo Mama joke to Easy online.
Not even what it was.
Easy puts a picture of this dude's girlfriend live on air. He says, first person to bang her can come sit in the chair for his show.
And the part I felt bad about was people started flaming her.
They're flaming her.
She had a sharp, very
Unrelated, I am sitting in this chair now. Unrelated.
She had a
What?
very... He
Said
didn't bang
unrelated.
her. She had a very sharp chin.
Oh yeah, that shit could
That
pop
shit
a
could
bullet.
cut glass.
Yeah, it was very sharp.
That shit could pop a bullet.
Yeah, she's very
He
sharp.
hasn't even seen her. He says that shit can cut glass. Hey, it could. That was. I don't think I've laughed harder on the show than that.
so
That shit was so fucking funny,
Yeah,
dude.
Send
that
a
was
pick in
ridiculous.
Slack.
Oh man.
Straight savage move from Easy, and we were all dying. We didn't know what he had exactly
Yeah.
lined up, but the way he went
And
about it
the
was
best
just
part of it was I was like, dude, you got to show us what this guy said to you, because I figured like said something about Bryson, dropped a hard R, like something bad, but it was literally like, yo, mama's so fat. I was like, dude, no way.
he even said, I guess it wasn't that bad.
Oh, dude, yeah, that was electric.
Do we still think he watches the show?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I hope not.
Is he still with her?
It was in a chat of a different show.
Yeah, it wasn't in the E&E chat or something like that.
I don't know, but I loved it. It was fucking hilarious.
Oh, that shit was so
need some
funny.
more. Need some more of that.
If they're still together, love wins.
Yeah, that's facts. That is facts. All right, let's go to break. We're gonna keep all the rest of the stuff that's been in the prep
What the fuck's up with Doughboy Steve today?
intro to next. What?
I
do you
don't know.
say?
You got beef with me out of nowhere. I don't know what the fuck's going on. I've always been nice to this guy.
Hey, I don't know, man. Relax, Steve. We're
What
having
the fuck
jokes.
what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, we're having a good day. Don't rile my guy up now, Steve. Don't go. He's in a good mood.
Steve,
He had good things happen
I'll put
today.
your wife out there, boy.
don't poke the bear, Steve. All right, let's go to break. We're gonna come back.
So you
We're
say
gonna
I have a
talk
daughter, huh?
Tigers with the beat writer for the network on the Tigers. It's crazy. Exclusive interview. But first, let me tell you about Planet Fitness. Planet Fitness is the home of the judgment-free zone where everybody, we mean everybody, can get a full body workout in 30 minutes, and all memberships include fitness training. And remember, it's the summer, so teens work out for free. High school students, if you're looking for a gym to stay in shape, maybe you got football, soccer, whatever you're doing in the fall, you want to stay in shape in the summer, you can work out at Planet Fitness for free. Doesn't get cheaper than that. It's free. Planet Fitness. Join in club or online at planetfitness.com. Planet Fitness, where fitness is essential.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side. Woodward Sports.
What up, though? Welcome back to Whatever It's Live, WoodwardSports.com. I'm Easy Joe by Spinmore Rex, Skywalker, Young Chris, and yes, Nicholas Kohloff showed up for work today.
Tigers win.
He just got a drawstring.
There's a snake in my boot.
Snake in my boot.
Tigers win. Tigers win. Tigers win.
All right, boys. The good, the bad, the ugly. Let's start with the good. What was the good part from the Detroit Tigers game today?
Javi Baez. I saw some.
That fucking catch by. I know Javi made a phenomenal throw.
The stretch by Torque and the scoop was nasty.
Splits Torque did to make the catch.
That was an absolute.
I didn't know you could do that.
Insane play. Oh, dude, Torque's rock solid at first base. People were talking shit about Torque at first base playing defensively last year. I didn't understand that. No, he couldn't hit it.
Well, they saw Cole Keith and like, okay, well.
No, Torque is good at first, but it was that was just an insane play, and that saved Skubal from getting another couple earned runs. It probably wouldn't have hurt in the entirety of the game, but that play, Javi Baez, just an absolute masterful pick, sprawling to his left, and then he spins and he makes the gun a little bit off mark, but it was a tough throw. Torque bails him out with a split and a scoop. It was just absolutely beautiful. Saved a couple runs off of Tarek Skubal's ERA, and it kept our guy Hernandez without getting a hit. So you love to see that play by the Tigers defense, and yeah, that was impressive.
Nick, what was the good?
I agree with Spencer on the Javi Baez just gold glove outing at shortstop today. I think when you look back on a historic season from Tarek Skubal, and up there right now with some of the best seasons of all time when it comes to a pitcher, those 2 runs matter. Like in a 162 game season, obviously, like you don't get that as a starter, but 2 runs, I mean, could go a long way for an ERA that is sub 2.
Yeah.
Like giving up 4 runs in this outing compared to the 2 runs. Javier Baez and Spencer Torkelson to make that play were big, but one guy that it was an underrated signing in the offseason, Gleyber Torres, man.
Man.
Timely hitting. He knows how to get the ball in the air or just bloop it when he needs to. He just knows how to set the table. And he's been attacking that first pitch while going up against a lefty, and he did so today right after the Tigers got out of it in the first inning. In the bottom of the first, they got on board first, and it was great to see from Gleyber Torres, 3-hit day. Yeah, he's just been everything you want and more when it comes to a signing of a veteran. And I gotta say, I don't think that Gleyber Torres is going to be playing on this 1-year deal for the whole season.
I think he gets re-signed in season.
I think, yeah. I would have to do some more research into that, which I will, but this was his 6th 3-hit game of the year for Gleyber Torres.
Yeah.
That was great to see from Gleyber.
Did you watch the game, Skywalker?
I didn't see it. No.
I
know. I'm sorry,
dude.
Yeah. I got another good.
Wow.
And that was Parker
There's
Meadows.
a lot of good.
Parker Meadows was another good in this one. He got on base a couple times. He saw the ball well, obviously, with a walk. He hit the ball a couple times. So it was good to see Parker get a couple good swings in there and seeing the zone well. He's going to be an important piece down the stretch. I know our guy Matt Broder said in BDE that he's his most important Tiger for the remaining schedule because, like Nick alludes to, when Parker Meadows is swinging the bat well, this Tigers team doesn't lose. Yeah. So, having him and that 9-1-2 of what was it, Parker, Gleyber, Jamani in this one, they all did well. Like Jamani had a couple nice swings too. Yeah. He has the second highest OPS through 10 starts in the history of the Tigers organization. Through his first 10 games, he has the second highest OPS in the history of the Detroit Tigers. Ahead of Jamani Jones.
Oh, yeah, I was about to say, yeah.
Ahead of...
You're taking them all. Jesus,
Akil
man.
Badu. Oh, sorry.
I fucking hate you.
Well, you ruined my joke.
You've just been taking everything from me this week.
I'm just that good.
I
can't stop.
You say second highest or tied for the first highest?
Second highest. It might be tied for the first now after... Did he get another hit? But I know...
they pulled him because they...
then it was second. Put in Colt Keith.
Great eye.
Yep. That is what I want to highlight. Like, you gave the great stat out, but the reason that's possible for Jamai Jones is because he just rakes against lefties. Like, I put that on AJ Hinch, putting him in the best situation possible. Yeah. Day in, day out when he does play, it's because he's allowing him to do what he does, and that's hit lefties, and he's crushing right now.
Yeah, Andy Ibanez died as the lefty killer, but like a phoenix, he was reborn into Jamai Jones. And the Tigers still have their weapon to just kill lefties off the bench, dude. You love to see it. And he provides also good base running. He provides some quickness out there, and we know that AJ Hinch likes this Tigers team to be aggressive, going from first to third, taking that extra base. Obviously, Cora is just sending everybody and everything, but it's good to have athletes like that in the lineup. And now another situational bat. Hopefully he can stay hot like that against lefties all year. That would be an awesome addition to AJ Hinch's war chest.
I guess we'll throw Carlos Hernandez in there. I know we talked about him already, but like we talked about literally trading for a right-handed hit and miss guy. Yeah. And now you got one off waivers.
Yeah. And like we can't overreact too much because it was the Pirates and he did have, what was it, 7-2 lead or whatever.
He's a solid ERA when we picked him up.
But he was shoving. I saw it was like a 46% whiff rate on his splitter, I think it was, or his slider, one of the two. And he's pumping gas in there. So, I mean, Chris Fetter's just going to go out there and tell him, hey, just throw fucking strikes. And if he does, he throws them like that. That'll be pretty good.
All right. Kind of hard to find a bat. What's up?
I don't know if we can talk about the good without talking about future superstar Riley Green.
Yeah, for sure. That's a game.
4 RBIs. I thought the most impressive thing is he cut down the swing both times to score runs in this one. In the first inning specifically, under 2 outs, where I have criticized him in the past where I want to see him take a step. He swung and missed on a slider away. But then he hit the second one all the way out to deep left field, scored the run in the first inning where you didn't put up a 0 after you stole the momentum from Skubal getting out of it. Yeah. That was really big in this one. Second time, bases loaded. Once again, there was 1 out. He has just a great contact swing to center field. The guy gets over zealous, thinking he can dive and make the catch for this one. Just a dumb play by the center fielder. Yeah. Dove for it, missed it, turns into a bonesaw double, 3 RBIs, clears the bases. Bonesaw, baby. And Riley Green is currently 9th in the league in RBIs with 55. He is on pace for 122 RBIs this season and 33 home runs. To me, that signifies a superstar.
122 RBIs is absolutely superstar stuff.
Let's rock, baby.
100%. And he has been it's awesome. It's awesome what Riley's doing. That was, like you said, Nick, it was good to see him kind of relax a little bit because obviously he had been striking out so much. And we saw him shorten up that swing a little bit. We saw him kind of, I don't want to say enter protection mode when he got 2 strikes in this game, but it was he was shortening this, like you would see Miguel do it all the time, and that's what made Cabrera so good. Was he would go out there and he would cut at ball, he would pick his spot, pick his pitch, and he would take huge swings. But then when he get 2 strikes, he would get so locked in on the strike zone, he would just do his short, compact swings to either foul off 50 pitches or to just get a pitch he can hit and push it out in the outfield. And we saw Riley do that twice today, and that was a good thing to see.
It's kind of hard to find a bad.
Where are you at with the superstar?
I'd say Torque was the
on
bad.
pace.
After seeing De La Cruz, I don't know, dude. Like, I don't know if Riley's ever going to be like that. Like, that's superstar.
That's superstar.
You know what I'm saying?
But, okay, maybe this is because of
the
aura conversation.
No, De La Cruz is a different fucking human being. That shit was nuts.
He definitely has aura, but
he's a star.
Riley's
a star.
Riley's
Superstar?
a star.
Star, yes.
Maybe he's just not a flashy superstar at the end of the day.
Yeah, he's not flashy. But,
also,
he's
also,
great. He's still
there
phenomenal.
are
There's
levels of superstar,
yeah.
And Ellie De La Cruz is like a generational superstar.
He is the best young player in baseball.
Yeah. If you drafted
that changed that whole topic for me.
If you did a draft in the MLB right now,
Well,
Ellie De
Riley's
La
from
Cruz
Florida.
would be the number 1 overall pick.
What'd you say?
If you did a draft of all players in the league right now to start teams to restart, Ellie De La Cruz would be the number 1 overall pick.
Ohtani?
Yeah, never mind. Ellie would be 2. Judge would probably be 3. Just because Aaron
Skeens
Judge
would be up there.
Skeens would be up there
Have they
too.
scored yet?
No, I don't think so.
The Yankees on a crazy slump.
Yeah, Mets
Judge included?
Mets lost 5. Mets have lost 5 in a row too.
Where you at, MLB bro? I've been tagging him in all those shits we see.
Yeah, Ohtani would be number 1 for sure.
Yeah, Ohtani. Yeah, he's
He's
probably
so
the
good,
greatest.
dude.
Yeah,
He's the greatest player of all time.
I missed his fucking outing because he only did 1 inning.
Yeah, it was, and
I get
knocking the rust off.
Yeah, I
he
get
still had that 99-mile-per-hour fastball.
Yeah, I was really getting ready to ask, like, is he done pitching? And then that news broke that very same day.
Yep.
Is there any bad? I said the good, the bad, the ugly. I don't know if there's any bad in a 9-2 game.
Torque at the plate.
Yeah.
Torque struggled, but obviously he made the great defensive play, and they didn't need his bat. But now that average is starting to take a serious dip. And average doesn't mean everything. Obviously, it doesn't mean much but the OPS is starting to go down a little bit too.
I might argue he's probably the most important guy the next 100 games.
That was mine
because he's your everyday guy, and if you got guys on base, he's the one to fucking smack.
Yeah,
he's home.
He's your slugger.
Yeah,
and he's a big righty bat. He didn't even do. Nobody's freaking out or anything yet. It's just starting to dip a little bit. I think the All-Star break will be good for him. He's probably not going to make the team unless he heats up here. Pretty
make the team.
Torque's probably not going to make the All-Star team.
Oh yeah.
Unless he has a couple real good weeks to scooch him up a little bit, but the break will be good for him.
He's leading for a lot of stuff for first baseman.
Yeah, he is, but
I think it's because
Goldschmidt and then what's
Vlad Jr. and Goldschmidt, but
I don't know
if
Vladdy will do it.
God, what is the
Vladdy
manager?
Vladdy wouldn't make it
What's
over.
the managers for? Yeah, I think because the Canadians like everybody in Canada would vote for them, would vote for Vlad, but what is his fucking name? Aaron Boone, the manager, obviously is gonna pick Goldschmidt if he has the choice.
Goldschmidt's making it for
take
sure.
the first baseman, he's gonna pick his guy over Torque.
How do they decide the managers?
Best team from World
whoever
Series
was in the World
year.
Series.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
that's fair.
One thing I will say about Torque though is he had a good sack fly,
yeah,
this team had 4 of them, which was
first
insane.
time since '85.
Yeah, it was first time since 85. Yeah, second time in 70 seasons.
And in '84 they won the series. That's kind of on track with what you were saying with the record start.
Yeah, there's
same
a bunch
thing.
of different.
Every year they
records.
did that. Yeah,
different records popping up. But the sack fly was good to see for Torque. I mean, even on a bad day, off day, you still get to see an RBI in the books. Hopefully he can come back in game 2, maybe hit a little something off Paul Skeens. I haven't seen the lineup yet. But one of the negatives I will say, I mean, you're talking about an actual superstar already, Tarek Skubal. I think the rain delay kind of like bottled him up a little bit. Like he didn't look sharp. He had to find it early. But so I will say the 3 walks was unlike Tarek Skubal. Just from if you're picking something apart about the best pitcher in baseball, he typically doesn't walk 3 hitters, and he got in trouble late. On the rain.
I'm putting that on the rain.
Yeah, same. I mean, it's the Pittsburgh Pirates. I don't see him struggling in that lineup 99 times out of 100. You saw it once today.
It was coming down pretty good the whole game. So, yeah, grip was a little slippy. Overthrew a couple of them.
Grippy.
It's grippy. Yeah, so I'm putting the walks on the rain.
All right, well, we're over it. We got to go to break. Tell us about Feldman Chevrolet.
Tell us about the massage chair house first, actually.
Massage Chair House, guys. MassageChairHouse.com is where you go, where you get an appointment with my guy, Dr. Eric Duncan, the #1 review channel for massage chairs on the YouTube interweb. Scan the QR code to visit MassageChairHouse.com or visit them in person at the corner of Woodward and Long Lake Road in Bloomfield Hills, MassageChairHouse.com.
Feldman Chevrolet is Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer with 5 locations in Novi, Highland, New Hudson, Livonia, and Lansing. This month's specials include 2025 Silverado 1500 Crew lease for just $149 per month. You can also get a 2026 Equinox LT lease for just $209 per month. Go check out Feldman today.
Congratulations to the real coach of the year, Motor City Dan Campbell.
Just put your head down and go to work. It's about to be fun, man. It's about to be fun.
Woodward Sports.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, it's wicked awesome.
Is that an octopus in your pants, or are you just happy to see me? See what I did there? Go Red Wings! From Octopi Experts, Woodward Sports.
JarsCannabis.com, guys. Find one near you by visiting shopjars.com's next website. I apologize for that. They got top shelf quality, unmatched variety, price for you, the people. 27 locations across the great state of Michigan, 9 right here in Metro Detroit. And if you're in Milan, Madison Heights, or Grand Rapids, those locations come to you soon, too. Again, it's shopjars.com. Shout out my guy Matthew Slaughter, who went this weekend and tagged your boy.
Shout out Matthew
Let
Slaughter.
Jars know they're getting their money's worth, damn it. Smash the like button, be a friend, tell a friend, share the stream. I'm Easy Joe by Spimo Raxter.
What up,
Chris,
though?
Nicholas Kohloff.
Let's go.
Chris is big ill in the massage chair. Skywalker in the building as well. What are you doing? You talking more Tigers or what?
I mean, not really much to talk about more.
Dude, we got the
broke
Peter
it down
Schrager
pretty
video.
The Jared Goff one. Is that in the 1 and 3 cam? Yeah. All right.
sir.
Yeah, let's hear. Here's what Peter Schrager had to say about Jared Goff being the most important player in the NFC.
Tell us about him.
I think Jared Goff is the single most important player in the NFC this season. There has been a raid of his coaching staff from the last several years. 6 different coaches gone, including Ben Johnson, and now you're telling me that Frank Ragnow, his longtime center, in addition to other members of the offensive line, are no longer there as well. I think Jared Goff has had an amazing career arc where it went from success right away with McVay, then to be discarded, and then to show that, hey, no, I can still play in this game. Pro Bowls, the whole deal. Last year they came up short in the playoffs, and now you're taking not only his head coach, taking the offensive line coach, you're taking so many other coaches from that team, and now you got to say, hey, we pay you big money. Jared Goff, are we going to be the same team, or are we going to take a massive step back? Because if he is one of those top quarterbacks, they should still be the best team in the NFC North next year.
That's the question. They were the...
So I don't know that he's the... You can say that about any quarterback. Most important. But this kind of ties into the conversation we had a few weeks ago, or I think it was last week.
Yeah.
The most pressure.
Yep.
And all that stuff applies. It really is. And like, kudos to Jared Goff for having the career turnaround here in Detroit specifically. I think he's a better player than the one we received in that trade. But yeah, there is pressure on him for that reason. And that's, I think it relates to that. I don't know about most important, because that could literally be... You could pinball that across any quarterback in the NFC, I guess the top teams at least.
Yeah, but I also think that I think he's the most important, because I think the Detroit Lions are the team that's going to win the NFC. I think they're the team that's going to come out of the NFC.
Eagles in that same conversation if they lose Jalen Hurts. You know?
Yeah, but I think it'd be easier to run the Eagles' offense without Jalen Hurts performing as well than it would be with without Jared Goff performing as well. I don't know. I don't know. Because the Lions, the Lions got 2 good running backs too, but
got some interesting stuff on that a little bit later too.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with Peter Strager here, but yeah, I think worded differently. Sure, if you want, is the most pressure on Jared Goff. That's the same kind of thing. If you're the most important player in the NFC, the most pressure is on you. But yeah, that's what we talked about. And I'm comfortable with it because he knows this offense like the back of his hand. Jared Goff is comfortable in this offense. He's been doing it for a couple years now. He knows these guys. They are all fluid together. So you lose the most important player on the offense outside of Jared Goff, arguably, when you look at Frank Ragnow and you look at
it, there.
And you lose your play caller. Yeah, it's tough. Where we don't have the top 5 offensive line to rely on anymore. He's going to be seeing quicker pressures. He's going to be seeing more free rushers because things are going to get confused on that offensive line at some point in this year, more likely than not, without Frank Ragnow.
That's why I related to the pressure, too, because, like, you lose your play caller in Ben Johnson. You lose Frank Ragnow. Well, okay, for Frank Ragnow's situation, now it's you calling the protections. Now it's you locking in the offensive line, letting them know who the fuck's coming and who they got to take care of so you can do your job. Then from then on, it's now you know the plays because you don't have Ben Johnson there. Like, you know what worked in certain situations. You could relay that, obviously, to your new coordinator, John Morton, and that's on you. Like, you are responsible for a lot more of the offense than you were any other time before in Detroit.
Yeah.
And again, I'm comfortable with it because I think he delivered. The one thing that he does have in this year, Peter Strager mentioned it might have been a flub up on the offensive line coach. We definitely still have Hank Fraley.
Yep.
He is still here, and he's still the best offensive line coach in the NFL. So if you're going to lose a Frank Ragnow and have anybody in the locker room to help in that situation, I think a combination, actually. I'll throw Penei Sewell and Hank Fraley in there to help situate that.
Yeah, when you got guys, Hank Fraley's churning in and out guys like no offense, pause. Whoa. No, don't put those allegations on Frank. Like come on! Dan Skipper, Yodi Aosaka, all of these different guys that have gotten Christian Mahogany, a rookie coming in there, all of these guys that have gotten spot starts because of injury under Hank Fraley that have performed at a high level. So, yeah, Goff is the master to the Lions universe this year. So, as like you said, you could say that about any quarterback, really, though, because they touch the ball every single play, and they're the most important players on the field for every team.
What we went through, he's probably
he is. Yeah, it's because if I hate to be like this harsh about, but like if Jared Goff doesn't turn the ball over, and he gets the ball in the hands of his playmakers, it's hard to beat the Lions.
Yeah.
Like, when you have those guys, and when you got Jamison Williams, and Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jahmyr Gibbs, and Sam Laporta, and all these different guys, if the offensive line gives him enough time to deliver the ball, and he puts the ball in the hands of his playmakers, more than likely the Lions are going to win.
I don't even think he's the most important player on this team.
Ooh.
And no hate to Jared Goff because he's still a great quarterback, but I feel like you could put in a lot of quarterbacks into the Lions, into their scheme or this offense, and they could probably find success. I think it's those guys like that Penei Sewell or those Jahmyr Gibbs or Amon-Ra St. Brown, where if they play good, Jared Goff is going to play good.
Yeah. I mean,
I think
Penei would be the only other argument that I would hear out, to be honest with you, in terms of important players on the team, because we've missed an Amon-Ra St. Brown. There's still J-Mo, there's still Laporta, there's still Gibbs, still Montgomery. It's just Tim Patrick I'll throw in there.
The margin of error for a quarterback is so much higher or so much lower than any other position. What's playing
That's
bad?
why I blame that playoff loss on was the turnovers.
Yeah, what's playing bad for Amon-Ra St. Brown? He drops a couple balls. Playing bad for Jared Goff would be turning the ball over multiple times.
5 times.
So that's where it gets me is the quarterback is the most important position. And I understand what you're saying, Skywalker, and it does make a lot of sense that those guys are more vital to
Penei especially, because so much of that offense is
sitting
around him, getting out in front of these playmakers, and do what they got to do.
Penei Sewell is the engine of the Lions' vehicle. Jahmyr Gibbs is the gasoline of the Lions' vehicle. Jared Goff is the driver.
Yeah,
driver can't crash that vehicle. So that's why I think he is the most important, and that's why there's pressure on him, because you're giving him the keys to a Ferrari with all those weapons, and you're just telling him, just drive it straight.
Yeah, don't fucking crash.
And more often than not, he does. More often than not, he's cruising 75, top down, feeling good with his beautiful wife.
Yeah.
But that one
Jared
time,
Goff is the guy that stops at red lights in Grand Theft Auto.
that one time you hit
there safe.
Yeah, that one time you hit a pothole. It just happened to be a deep one.
That's
And
a ridiculous.
You're still getting to the mission point. You just, you're doing it safely. You're not,
That's a
not catching any stars.
What do you think,
That's
Nick?
a stray at Jared Goff.
It's not a stray.
Jared Goff is blowing the lights on.
We had his receiver in Tuesday.
Yeah.
And he's like, look, Jared's a humble guy. He's gonna do what you gotta do to get done.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm right there with Strager, because at this point it's put up or shut up for Jared Goff, and he has revived this Detroit Lions franchise, the places it's never been before. But we're not okay with just hanging around and being, I don't want to say the Buffalo Bills of the last 5 years and be getting there all the time. We got to get over that hump. I think you're going to see this season, MCDC is going to get a lot more involved in this offense. I think you're going to see a lot there. Everything he's learned from maybe Ben Johnson in the past and some twists that he wanted to throw on it that maybe he didn't. I think you're going to see some MCDC this year. But I think it would be a total failure, because even though you lost Frank Ragnow and your OC and DC, you still have all pros and Pro Bowl type talent loaded throughout this offense. You think about Saint, Sewell, Laporta, all have made an all-pro team. We all expect Gibbs to make an all-pro team next year.
Yeah.
You got Pro Bowl type guys like J-Mo, Demont. I don't know where Decker's at this late in his career, probably not, but offensively, I'm even speaking offensive. So I expect Jared Goff to get over the top this year, because it's not a question like can he, it's he has to.
He has to.
Yeah.
The Lions can't win a Super Bowl without Jared Goff performing at a high level. They can't. We've seen it before where you have with Jared Goff, we saw it where you have a team full of studs, and he didn't perform well, and they couldn't win the Super Bowl. And I'm not putting all of it on him. I'm just saying that's what the position dictates. You have to perform well, or your team is probably going to lose, especially in the playoffs, because everything's in a vacuum. And you're not going to see all these blown coverages and wide open receivers in the playoffs. Shit tightens up. You're playing the best of the best, so you got to take them over the top. And I believe he's going to do it.
Nicholas Duncan says if Graham's a center, we're doomed. I don't believe that to be the case. I think Graham's a little bit banged up last year, but we are up against it, going against a break. We come back. Graham, I saw your comment about the quarterback behind Jared Goff. Let's dive in that conversation a little bit. But Feist, tell us about Loom Cannabis.
Loom Cannabis. I'm telling you, they got the perfect thing for the summer. If you are an indulger in the cannabis game and you like going golfing, or you like going to the beach, or you like hanging out by the pool or sitting by a bonfire, the Buzzin' Drinks, 7.5 milligrams of THC. They are delicious. It's the best seltzer. It's not even like a seltzer. It's just, the one just tastes like Red Pop. Like, it is delicious. You can try the Buzzin' Drinks only at Loom Cannabis. Go to loom.com to place your order and pick up in store. Scan that QR code on the screen to see their massive inventory. And you can use promo code WSN30 to get 30% off your order. 30%. Why would you go anywhere else? Go to Loom Cannabis.
No one gives away more cash and prizes than Woodward Sports. You don't believe us? Here's our latest $10,000 winner.
You guys posted, hey, if you guess all this stuff right, we'll give it's $10,000. I'm like, okay, well, why the hell not?
And the winning doesn't stop there. How about our Outkick Your Coverage winner?
I think you won.
This
guy's got a hot girl.
Bigger prizes, bigger giveaways, cash, merch, tickets, and more. All from the biggest sports network in Detroit. No one does it bigger and better than Woodward Sports. Make sure you're following, liking, subscribing on Instagram, Facebook, X, and YouTube for your chances to share in the winning. From Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Hey, it's Stick from Woodward Sports. I'm out here at the Feldman shop, of course, because they are #1 people. And the Ineos Grenadier, that's the new car that they got. But I got my man here, the Sun God. I'm not lying. His name is Amon-Ra.
Yes, sir.
He sold me a car.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's up? Come see us out here, baby. We in Waterford. We got the pre-owns all day. We got the Grenadiers, and we got new Chevys all day. Whatever you need, we got you.
Yeah, and I went with this one. I like it. 2023 Durango. It's used. Only got like 30,000 miles on it. And this guy, man, I was like, listen, this is my price. You either make it happen or I'm out of here.
Easy.
You know what he did? Went to his boss. He's like, I'm making this happen for this guy. Came back, threw the contract on the table. Now I'm in the whip.
Yes, sir. Sign, drive, zero down, easy money all day.
All right, Feldman, what's the address here? Do you know?
5300 Highland Road, Waterford, Michigan, 48327. Open until 6 o'clock every weekday except 9 o'clock on Mondays and Thursdays. It's 4 o'clock on Saturdays. Only day we're not here for you is Sunday. Every other day we're here to get it done, baby.
And his legit name is Amon-Ra. I'm not lying. It was destined. It was meant to be. Woodward Sports found this guy. So thank you very much, man. Enjoying the car, and the kid likes it too. It's nice and safe.
Detroit has the best sports fans in the world. That's why they deserve the best sports coverage in the world. We are the Woodward Sports Network.
Stanford Chevrolet, Cadillac, Buick, and GMC has deals for everybody. You can get a 2025 Envision Preferred All-Wheel Drive, $259 per month. 2025 Sierra Hummer EV SUV, $699 per month. Or a 2025 Sierra Double Cab for $169 per month. Check out LesStanford.com or scan that QR code on the screen. It's Les Stanford.
What up, though? Welcome back to Whatever Waits Live on WoodwardSports.com. Make sure you guys smash that like button, be a friend, tell a friend, and share the stream. Shout out to Grim in the Woodward Sports chat. He asked earlier, it's an important question, who is the quarterback behind Jared Goff? I know that's been a bit of a contentious topic because the Detroit Lions signed Kyle Allen. Brad Holmes openly came out and said he's competing against Hendon Hooker for that backup quarterback spot. But the more I've sat in that topic and thought on it a little bit, I still fully expect Hendon Hooker to be the backup quarterback for this team.
Yeah.
If you're heading into a season where you're keeping the majority of the same offense, this is not assumption. This is things that they've said. You have things we have Allen Robinson in the studio and say, Dan Campbell, Brad Holmes, all the above. It's going to be a turnkey offense. Not much is changing because everything worked. You heard Johnny Morton say. I think Hendon Hooker, who's been a part of that offense for the past 2 seasons, probably going to be the guy you want behind Jared Goff. I understand in the playoff game when the things mattered most, you went to Teddy Bridgewater, but that is a more experienced guy in that situation. I totally understand it. Obviously, I'm a little bit disappointed in Hendon Hooker at that point, too, that was the scenario, but still. In a Kyle Allen versus Hendon Hooker scenario, I think this is Hendon Hooker, I don't want to say by a landslide, but a majority of it. And the other thing, too, with Hendon Hooker is, let's say situations are going bad, he's got his legs behind him, too, to make plays with. I think this is his job to It's his job to lose, I guess I'll say. I'll put it to you that way.
Yeah, I don't give a shit about the backup quarterback position, like at all. If Jared Goff is not playing, you're probably not going to win the game. So
I think you can still win some games. Probably not winning the Super Bowl.
Yeah, and then I don't care. So yeah, don't really care about the backup spot. We saw Teddy Bridgewater come in there when Jared Goff got his bell rung, and he handed the ball off to J-Mo, and J-Mo had a 70-yard touchdown run. So. Yeah, is it going to be Kyle Allen? Is it going to be Hendon Hooker? Don't really care.
Well, Grim asked, so I figure we indulge our audience. Thanks for killing the topic.
I mean, that's what I say every time. That's how I feel. I don't give a shit about backup quarterbacks.
We're not going to you on that topic anymore. Nick?
Hendon Hooker, I think he flashed so much potential in the preseason, and then everybody's shocked when they bring in 7th grade math teacher or whatever the hell it was.
Kyle Allen?
No, Teddy Bridgewater,
yeah.
to take his backup role, because I thought Hendon Hooker truly did flash so much potential in the preseason. He was trucking dudes. Looked like prime Josh Allen out there against 4th and 5th stringers.
Yeah.
I thought he showed a lot of potential in the preseason. I would go with that kind of athleticism because of his running ability compared to a guy like Kyle Allen. I just would.
Yeah, I think in fairness, too, when people are judging, like, this stuff, and by the way, I like what we saw at Hendon Hooker, but when you're judging the stuff you saw when he comes, like, passing the ball, you also have to remember, like, at that point in those games, in preseason, he's playing with the 3rd-string offensive line. He's playing with the 3rd-string wide receivers. Like, it's not the people he'd be around in a backup situation coming into the actual, like, regular season game. He'll have a Penei Sewell. He'll have a Jahmyr Gibbs you set up a play action with. He'll have Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jameson Williams. And Hendon, by all accounts, everyone brags about the balls he throws. But, yeah, he'd be your backup in that type of situation. I also think Brad made the investment. I don't know if he'd want to like give up on that right away either. It would be Hendon Hooker. And to just a fan who says, Goff haters, when they win, it's a team game. When we lose, it's Goff's fault.
Nope.
Only when in games, it's Goff's fault.
Nobody said it was Goff's fault when they lost the NFC Championship game.
No. But when he had 4 turnovers in the divisional game, yeah,
that's his fault.
Majority of the blame goes to your quarterback in that situation. That's not a Goff hater thing. It's
just how football play. That's how football works.
Calling it like it is.
Yeah, like if a guy turns the ball over 4 times, no matter who he is, if Jahmyr Gibbs fumbled the ball 4 times, I would say it's Jahmyr Gibbs' fault. We lost. Like the Rams, it was Kyron Williams' fault. The Rams lost that game against the Eagles because he fumbled the ball twice. Turnovers lose you games. So, yes, if you turn the ball over multiple times, it's probably your fault you lose. I don't understand why that's so hard to grip. Like, not Jared Goff's fault at all that the Detroit Lions lost in the NFC Championship game. He played great. He can't do more than what he did. He can do a lot more than what he did against the Commanders.
Imagine Hooker came in and brought us back. People would have wanted him starting over Goff. Yeah, you got to be doing a lot of imagining with that one, though, to be honest with you. I was going to read one more. Lamar would be the same criticism as any other quarterback when they choke in the big moments. That's true, too. From certain people. Again, it really just depends on the context of the situation. Like, I'm not killing Lamar for the game they lost to the Bills last year.
No. He hit
my man in the hands.
He hit him in the hands.
In the end zone.
And he just fell over and didn't catch it.
Just dropped it.
Mark Andrews choked that one. Could Lamar have done more? Did they? Yeah, like for sure. Because he's the MVP. He definitely could have done more.
Like those scenarios are different from a 4 turnover game, I guess is what I'm saying.
A lot different. Yeah, if you're pointing to a singular play compared to 4 or 5 plays, whatever. I mean, yeah. Could Lamar have done more to win that game? For sure. For sure.
Say about anybody, though.
Goff is not the problem here.
Yeah.
He was against Commanders, but no. Yeah. It's not. Nobody's saying replace Goff. Hendon Hooker should start over Goff. Like, no. If anybody but Goff on the Lions right now is playing quarterback, they're not going to win the Super Bowl.
Like in the Commanders game specifically, he gave them 6 points. He gave them the touchdown. He gave them a pick 6. Like, it doesn't kind of detrimental to what you got going on. You know, Skywalker, how you feeling?
Not much the defense can do on that. On that one.
Defense is fucking put together with like duct tape,
Band-Aids.
Yeah. And Elmer's glue.
It's hard to defend a pick 6 in a NFC Championship game
to
go to the Super Bowl when you haven't been there. Like, how long? It's just I don't think you can just blame a loss on one player like that. And it kind of like what I said yesterday, it's really easy to blame your quarterback, when the team's not doing too well. But I don't know. Those are just kind of things like you can't have in those big moments, I feel like.
Yeah. What is my confidence in Hooker if he had to start over Goff? I mean, it really depends. Like, are we talking Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Are we
confidence
talking
for what?
Surviving 3 or 4 games until JG comes back? I think we can survive the 3 or 4 games. I think you
Depends
saw
what 3 or 4 games we're playing.
I guess again, Johnny Morton. You got to see what he's going to be as an offensive coordinator. But this offense is so turnkey, and I think Dan Campbell's so, I guess, intuitive too as a former player. I think we hear him complimented for his offensive prowess as well. That I think you pull a little bit of Malik Willis magic you saw in Green Bay the few games he started. Like I think Hendon Hooker could fill that void for you. But in a stretch to the Super Bowl, no, I can't have the confidence of a guy I've never seen take a snap in a regular season game.
I would not be confident that the Lions would win the game if Hendon Hooker was playing quarterback. Against anybody on the schedule right now except for maybe Cleveland.
I kind of feel like
weapons make it work.
I feel like we haven't done enough to develop Hendon Hooker. Like before he tore his ACL, he was going to be a first round draft pick, and I don't think he's really got an opportunity to grow as a player outside of the off season.
Remember when I talked to, it's like they say the processing is like the issue.
Yeah,
and I guess the Tennessee offense was so gimmicky that he was able to get like the one read, get it to him, where obviously just take off running, and he's just so used to like that. But also, if you're practicing with the third string offensive line that's fucking garbage and also put together with duct tape and Band-Aids.
Not going to help.
How good is your process?
It is a very complex offense, though, and that's why I say the things I do, because Goff knows this offense so well that I would not be comfortable with anybody else playing quarterback, because he knows it like the back of his hand, and you don't have your center, and you don't have your offensive play caller from last year. So, yeah, you need him out there.
Lunchbox asked for a season easy if they lost trust in Goff and went to Hooker. We struggled to win games.
That would never happen.
I don't think that would happen. But if it did happen, that would mean I would trust Dan Campbell's decision in making that choice.
Yeah.
Again,
Goff would have to throw 5 interceptions in like 4 straight games for that to happen.
Yeah, it'd have to be a real bad stretch. Because the other thing too, in a situation like that, is like Goff is like your leader, and you can't bench him and allow everybody else to have doubt in him too, especially when you have like the aspirations of a Super Bowl.
Yeah,
you can't just do stuff like that. It's like people play the game. It's not like robots Madden out there.
Mm-hmm.
But again, if Dan Campbell made the decision, yeah, then I think that's the best decision. I wouldn't be upset with that at all. But you know, you never be upset with is Vin Johnson. Nick.
True. I got a conspiracy theory for you guys. I don't know if you brought this up yesterday. I heard you break the news about the sale of the Lakers. I don't know if you guys have dove into this one yet, though. You might like it if we have time later in the show.
All right.
Give it to us to come back.
All right, I will. But if you have some actual crisis, if you have an actual... All right, ready. Ven Johnson Law. If you've got a crisis, let Ven point the way. Step 1, verify with details and photos. Step 2, engage your attorney. Step 3, notify your insurance provider. Get justice with Ven Johnson Law.
The bats are hot, and the weather is getting hotter. Summertime in the D with Detroit's big hitters, Woodward Sports.
Why do we fight? We fight to protect the innocent, to hold the powerful accountable, to bring the oppressors to justice. Why do we fight? We fight to secure and preserve our civil liberties, to get each and every one of our clients the justice they deserve, and to make the lives of real people just like you whole again. VenFights.com.
The boys of summer are ready to get back to the playoffs, and there's no better place to get your Tigers coverage than Woodward Sports. Join us all season long as we follow as our hometown Tigers claw and fight. Feel the roar with Woodward Sports. The boys of summer are here, and Woodward Sports is all over the Motor City with the White Claw Tigers Tour. Come party with Woodward Sports, watch the Tigers, and sip on some White Claw all summer long. The best bars, big giveaways, live events, and a party that only Woodward Sports can throw. Ain't no party like a Woodward Sports party. Join us Friday, June 29th at the Old Miami in Detroit for the White Claw Tigers Tour, brought to you by White Claw, Easttown, and Ven Johnson. No one gives away more cash and prizes than Woodward Sports. You don't believe us? Here's our latest $10,000 winner.
You know, you guys posted, hey, if you guess all this stuff right, you know, we'll give it's $10,000. I'm like, okay, well, why the hell not?
And the winning doesn't stop there. How about our Outkick Your Coverage winner?
I think you won. We got Tully, everybody. This guy's got a hot girl.
Bigger prizes, bigger giveaways, cash, merch, tickets, and more. All from the biggest sports network in Detroit. No one does it bigger and better than Woodward Sports. Make sure you're following, liking, subscribing on Instagram, Facebook, X, and YouTube for your chances to share in the winning. From Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports. Congratulations to the real coach of the year, Motor City Dan Campbell.
Just put your head down and go to work. It's about to be fun, man. It's about to be fun.
Woodward Sports.
Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men open 7 days a week. Walk-ins are always welcome. Stop in, sit down, relax, get an award-winning haircut from one of our lovely, talented stylists. You can get a hot leather neck shave and a scalp massage. 2, you can get all of that wrapped in the King's treatment. Like I said, open 7 days a week. Walk-ins are always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Very talented stylist, might I add.
Yeah.
Smash the like button, be a friend, tell a friend, share the stream. Nick. Conspiracy Nick. We've been thinking about having like weekly topics. I forgot what Stick called them.
Benchmarks, yeah.
Benchmark topics. Might need to do a Conspiracy Nick one every week. Could you deliver on that?
He's not here every week.
Yeah, that's
true.
true.
Yeah, I gotta be at the ballpark. Sadly,
Gotta be at the
gotta be
ballpark.
there.
Sadly.
eating a bunch of hot dogs and pretzels.
This guy
all the
gets
time.
free food at the ballpark too.
No, I have to pay $12 in the press box, but I'm hoping that
That's
could be
a steal for America.
right on.
All you can eat, right?
Absolutely, it could be a right.
Yeah.
You take every single home game.
Yep.
And you write off $12 for every single home
Exactly.
game.
Shout out
and,
Reggie. He's
and
the best.
say you got to pay $10 for a water.
Boom.
There's another $10. Yeah, they don't sell us waters. We got to buy them from the vendors.
Yeah.
IRS is going to say no?
Yeah, allegedly. Shout out
Allegedly.
Reggie. He actually hooks up the kitchen.
Shout out Reggie.
Yeah, he's the best. This is from Mike Vigil on Twitter. Adam Silver orchestrated that Luka trade pre-Lakers sale in order to raise the values of NBA franchises so that the expansion teams are worth more.
Woo!
And last year, I believe Forbes rated them at $7.4 billion. They just sold for 10.
They sold a majority stake for 10.
Yeah.
So they're more like 12, 13, 14 billion. Because it was like what? It was only like 60. Is it 60% or what was it?
It was 75%.
75%.
Because he already owned some.
Yeah. Okay. Wow. So yeah, they're 15 billion almost.
Yeah,
What do we think,
I
boys?
can
I'm
buy
buying
that.
that one,
yeah,
yeah.
that makes a lot of sense to me.
Oh, let's go.
Yeah.
Well-
Nick convinced us before Chris did.
I mean, his was easier. Come on.
Yeah.
His is easier. All you got to do is you look at Adam Silver, you think that guy is not
He's alien.
pulling
dude.
the strings.
Fuck Adam
Yeah.
Silver.
So,
What?
So Nick, what makes it more interesting is my guy Bill Simmons put me on to this one, is that when it first happened, is he said that it was a conspiracy to sell the Mavericks as let the Mavericks become one of the expansion teams, and then and like take the place of and like move out east.
Move the Mavericks out
Yes.
of Dallas and have Dallas become an expansion team.
Yes. So that's a twofold, because that's two birds, one stone there. Raise your cash crop, your cash cow in the Los Angeles Lakers,
and
then also set up Dallas to be like, hey, we don't got going on.
Yeah.
This is a whole new fresh start.
And you don't want, or you would want an expansion team in Dallas because they could just spend as much money as they want.
And you wouldn't want to
because of the
waste
taxes and
Luka's
stuff.
prime building an expansion team.
Yeah.
Because the people from Dallas that bought it or the people that bought Dallas from Cuban aren't like tied to Dallas.
Yeah, that's true.
So, I think it's a two birds, one stone situation.
I can definitely see they wanted to raise the value. Jeannie Buss got to get that secret stash. Dude,
And
Jeannie
also,
Buss can
dude,
get anything she wants. She's got $10 billion.
And she's still fine.
And she's still fine.
Aging like wine.
I mean, that's what happens when you got $10 billion.
Billion like that. I mean, she's got $10 billion now.
Yeah.
Couple bills on the
So I guess
billion.
he already paid like up to that.
And she didn't even pay for it. Her dad did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's true. That's a straight come up from her.
That's a straight come up.
Strictly a $10 billion come up.
So I guess he just paid $4.8 billion for 48% more of the majority.
Yeah, so that's what I was going to bring up. Is so the actual numbers on
Buss
it.
still owns 18% of the Lakers as well, so she's still making
Yeah,
profits.
she's still the operating
Just
governor.
Sold the really.
Yeah.
And wow, after this.
Yeah, she's keeping her title as like the operating governor.
Well, didn't Mark Cuban do the same thing?
I don't know.
I think
he got away from all basketball operations.
He's trying to get in some casino. He might have though.
I think he did, and then the Luka trade happened. He was like, "I was not involved, guys."
Yeah.
Do
he
you
did a
guys
whole
think
press
this means
run
the
about it.
Dodgers are going to get Kyle Tucker for $400 million this offseason?
Jesus, dude.
I'm serious. I can
I
see
hope
it.
not.
Well, so
How much money do you have?
Like,
they just paid Shohei $1 billion. They just bought the Lakers for $10 billion.
So this is what. So this is a tweet. Shout out to Bill Simmons. I don't know if this is just like coping hate because of the Boston Celtics getting sold last year. Remember, Boston Celtics and Lakers both got sold within a year.
Yeah,
which is kind of crazy. But I don't know if this is like cope from him. But this is what he said. So the Buss fam owned 66% of the Lakers, while Walter's side owned 27%. Randoms owned 7%. Walters offered $4.8 billion for 48% more, $10 billion valuation. Buss fam said yes, kept her 18%.
Yeah, don't care, nerd.
So-
They just bought the Lakers for $10 billion.
Yeah.
So in
I'm
reality,
surprised you'd buy the team and not want to be the operating governor.
Yeah. In reality, he paid $6.1 billion for 75%.
It's still kind of crazy that they call them governors. Isn't that weird?
I'm used to it now. It makes sense.
They're
it
the
makes
owners.
sense. Because, like, Combine...
It's a smart move. It's a smart move. It's a play.
It's like a 90% black league, too.
Yeah, it's a play.
Yeah. And the Combine feels like an auction. Like, it's, like, weird, you know?
Student athletes.
Yeah.
Student athletes.
I'll
I'll give you
Lakers'
10
new
for the
owner,
white
Mark
ones and
Walter,
30
is the
for the
CEO
blacks.
of Guggenheim Partners, and the firm manages over $349 billion in total assets. Holy fucking
$339 billion?
$349 billion.
All right, we got to kill that guy, allegedly. Sorry.
He's also the CEO of a finance firm that manages over $349 billion.
There is
Oh,
no
so dude,
reason anybody needs that much money.
Pulled out what
dude.
was in his pocket and bought the fucking Lakers.
Well, dude, he must have been making hella bread off his 27%. He'd be like, fuck, I need more of this pie. Because, like, that's a big... I mean,
or
that's crazy.
$340 billion? Where's this guy live?
Obviously, Los Angeles. He's bought the Lakers and the Dodgers.
Shit, dude. Like, why do you need
Free
that
Luigi.
Hey, that 10 bill for that Diddy party don't sound too bad anymore, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
that dude's got 10 bill for a Diddy party.
That
for
dude's
sure.
got dude, $350
Diddy.
That's insane.
He could buy the world.
Dude, I'm scrolling Twitter to find like more details on this.
Like, that's not good, dude.
The Chargers fans are
Yeah, it's
begging
just
him
like-
to buy.
It's
Some
just
crazy
not.
shit.
It's
The
just not
Chargers
right,
are
man.
begging him to
Like,
buy.
how did they have all
Yeah,
this
they're
money?
like, please buy the Chargers.
It was somebody. That's a crazy gif.
Eating corn the Chris way.
Eating corn the Chris way.
I missed all of that. I was so checked out.
$350 billion.
No,
dude?
that's crazy. I'm bought into that conspiracy.
What's the
All
guy's
of it.
name?
Mark Walter.
What did he do to get that much
He
money?
manages a finance firm. He's a CEO of a finance firm.
That's it?
He stole the money.
I mean, whose finances
he's
are you
he's
managing?
cleaning his money through the purchase of the Lakers. Conspiracy gets deeper.
This guy's got a.
He's a great owner, though. Obviously, he's spinning bread for the Dodgers, so he
Yeah,
probably
I
does
mean,
the same for
cool,
I mean,
dude. I would too if I had $500 billion. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's insane. That's an insane amount of money. I can't fathom having that much to be able to just like pocket change. But
Celtics and Lakers sold 9 days.
he should just buy every team in LA.
Nobody needs that much money.
No,
Like,
you
no,
don't.
nobody needs that much money.
No, but congrats to him for doing it, I guess.
Let me get some. Let me hold a milli, big dog. Like, he
that's
could
something
literally like just be like, "Here's $1 million, Spencer," and he wouldn't even feel it, and it would change my life.
Yeah, it's true. What would you do for it? We already know.
I'm not. Let me just be clear.
The look in your eyes answers everything.
Let me just be clear.
whole
I'm
lot.
not above a handout. I am not above a handout. I'll take
I'm not above a handout either.
No.
You act like it. I tried to buy you pizza once. We were gonna fight over it.
I mean, I don't like taking.
My dad said never let a man buy you pizza.
I'm from a
There's a
billionaire.
difference between
Yeah,
getting
yeah.
a handout from a guy with $350 billion and
Yeah, no.
getting a handout from you. No offense.
Easy buys you a pizza and he expects you to fuck after.
Yeah,
You can't be taking that shit.
He bought the Supreme
What, he's
pizza.
a millionaire
I
fake.
knew what Supreme meant. You don't splurge for the extra couple toppings.
Hey, extra sauce on that, sir. Look over at me and give him a wink.
Yeah, I'll take a handout from a billionaire for
that's what
sure.
I'm saying. For sure.
As long as there's no strings attached.
Grim
Even
says,
if there's some
whatever it
strings attached.
takes, easy. Whatever it takes.
I mean,
all right.
Grim
let's take
said
this-
I'm not. I thought you were gonna say I'm not above a hand job.
No,
I thought that's where that was going. I was like,
I mean,
dude, $1 million
a price tag on it. Yeah.
Like,
Put
what?
a price tag on it.
Like, dude, $1 million? If you were too proud to jerk off an old man for $1 million, what are you doing?
This guy Birdie's gonna die with his pride. Dude.
I guess,
I
dude.
could not believe we could get a price point on it.
All right, well, let's go to break. Come back to Detroit sports. Some Lions specifically.
Lions.
But Feist. Tell us about Mad Packs.
Mad Packs in studio. They give you handouts all the time. They just come by, dropping off Mad Packs here and there, whatever you need. They got the Boom Shaka Laka infused tarantulas. Those things are insane. The high-low pre-rolls, the Blizzard Packs, THC and Moon Rocks, or just the regular weed that is also very, very good stuff because it's Mad Packs. Go to getmadpacks.com to find out what stores it's in now. Mad Packs at a retailer near you right now.
Sports Media are here. We won't back down. We are Woodward Sports, Detroit's #1 sports network.
It's part beauty, part beast. It's for those who dare to be different, for those who want to stand out, and for those who are built for more. The all-new Ineos Grenadier combines strength and style for an unmatched driving experience. Sold exclusively at Feldman Ineos of Waterford.
Detroit sports fan, Woodward Sports is here to give you all the Detroit sports you can handle. Weekdays, make sure you're locked in on Wake Up Woodward from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. Followed by Big D Energy with Neil Rule and Darren McCarty from 11 a.m. to 1. Up next, you can't miss Ermanni and Edwards with Maz from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. And finish the day out with the bad boys of Detroit Sports Media, the Woodward Heavyweights, from 5 to 7 p.m. Okay, wait, that isn't enough for you, you sports freak. Check out Woodward Wings, Woodward Ringside, and the Lions Weekly Update every Sunday with Broder, Terry Foster, and Sean Beligian. Subscribe on YouTube for all our great content, and make sure you're following on all social media: X, IG, Facebook, and TikTok. You want sports? We got you covered. Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Attention sports fans, don't miss out on expert sports injury insights with Dr. Jeff Pierce of Michigan Sports and Spine. Join him every Tuesday on Big D Energy and Thursdays on Ermanni and Edwards with Maz, where he offers top-notch injury advice. Trust the guy, DMAC Trust, Dr. Jeff Pierce, here to keep you in the game and performing at your best. Check him out at MichiganSportsandSpine.com or give him a call at 248-426-9944.
What up, though? Welcome back. Woodward Heavyweights Live, WoodsportsSports.com. I'm Joe by Spimo Raxter, Chris, Nicholas Kohloff.
Let's go.
Skywalker in the building as well. Skywalker, we have a video in there from Mike Florio talking about Aiden Hutchinson. He's smart. All right, let me put it out that way. This guy, he's clearly trained in some type of law because he's always breaking down contracts, breaking down the bylaw of NFL and stuff like that. But he doesn't directly attack the Detroit Lions, but he throws like little nuggets here and there. You know what I'm saying? And here he is trying to convince Aiden Hutchinson not to play this year. That's my perspective on this.
No one is talking about the fact that Hutchinson doesn't have a deal. We talk about T.J. Watt. We talk about Micah Parsons. We talk about Trey Hendrickson, pass rusher. Here's Hutchinson. He doesn't have a deal. No conversation about it. He had a 12 to 15-minute press conference at off-season workouts. Wasn't asked a single question about it. Part of the problem is he wants to be in Detroit, and the challenge for the Lions will be to not use that against him. The most loyal, dedicated, happy employee.
What? All right, yeah. I thought it was longer. I apologize. I thought it was way longer. Listen. I don't know if he's trying to convince Hutch not to play because there's no deal on the table, but the reality of the situation is there's a deal on the table. They're just waiting for it to get signed on his side.
Yeah.
And I've said this before, too. I think Hutch is asking for what he's probably worth when healthy, reset the market. Mm-hmm. And the Lions are probably on a little bit of a, you did get hurt. You did get hurt.
Yeah.
And Hutch is like, what the fuck? And they're working that situation out. I think the reason why you haven't heard any question about it is everyone knows it's going down. Mm-hmm. I mean, Brad Holmes at the owners' meeting said that's the deal they're working on now is signing Aiden Hutchinson.
They're going to sign Aiden Hutchinson.
And they talked about, it's going to be within that range of the top tier. That's why we talk about the JMO stuff. Can we afford JMO? Because he's up front saying we're paying Hutchinson a lot of fucking money.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's going on. I don't get this. What Florio's doing here, I think he's trying to stir up bullshit.
He's a Vikings fan, dude.
Yeah, dude, that's what he's doing. Hutch is getting paid.
He's trying to say something that makes the Lions look bad.
And by the way, has a deal. Like he's this year, 4th year, and we picked up his 5th-year option that jumps up to like $19 million. He has money coming in.
Yeah. Mike Florio is trying to pay the. I don't know. I don't know what he's doing. He's just being a Vikings fan and being a dork. They're gonna get the deal done. Nobody's worried about it. I don't know if I'm having bad takes today, but like these are kind of cut and dry for me. Like, hey, Aiden Hutchinson's taking a chance here. Like, no, he's playing his deal. They're gonna sign him. Shut up, dude.
Yeah, Mike Florio doing what Mike Florio does best, stirring up bullshit. This is just an absolute horrible take from Mike Florio, and it's a joke. Aiden Hutchinson is one of the biggest leaders in this locker room on the defense. He's gonna get paid. B, even if he didn't get paid, he's not sitting out. You know, that's just straight up. Aiden Hutchinson's not that guy. And Mike Florio knows that, and he's just trying to stir it up with being, you know, obviously Minnesota Vikings slappy. It takes one to know one. So.
Yeah. Dude, I honestly think I hate Pistons fans.
Why?
I understand your pain,
dude. I can't get that, dude. I've been arguing with them all day about Giannis. Like, you just...
We don't want Giannis. Shut up, dude. Shut the fuck up.
What about what Jaden Ivey could be?
Yeah.
What about what Giannis is?
Yeah. I can promise you right now, Jaden Ivey's not going to be Giannis. Like, I can say that wholeheartedly.
The Jaden Ivey faction is the most brain-dead grouping of fans I've fucking ever seen in my lifetime.
It was what? Stu, Tobias, and
Ivy
Giannis,
and
Ivy and 3 firsts for Giannis.
Like,
you would
nothing.
do that in a fucking heartbeat. And if you say
Milwaukee
no,
wouldn't do
you're
that.
stupid.
Yeah.
Giannis is a top 3 player in the NBA.
That's
it. That's it. Cut dry. Period.
In
Nothing
reality
else.
of trajectory of like superstars we've seen in this league, Jaden Ivey has not sniffed any of that in the first 3 years.
No.
What is his ceiling at
Nothing.
best an all-star? Probably.
Ja.
At best, yes. So
And
like,
he's not even on trajectory to be that.
won't say
Because
at
what
best.
Ja did his rookie year and sophomore year were far
I
more.
don't want this to be a shitting on Jaden Ivey.
It's not, but quit fucking treat him like he's LeBron James. This shit's crazy to me.
It's
the Ivy faction just needs to be executed. It's wild. Brain dead, dick riding motherfuckers. Just stop. What are you doing?
When
Say no to Giannis Antetokounmpo?
I hear people say no to Giannis. I know you don't know basketball at all. Like you're gonna say no to Giannis. You are.
You're going to have the best duo in the NBA instantly the second that trade happens. And you can talk about Duran and Asar and how they might not fit with Cade and Giannis. Well, guess what you can do? You can
give
make
the ball
other
to
moves.
Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Yes.
You can just give the ball to Giannis, and he's gonna make something good happen.
And the other thing too, the numbers. There's no numbers to even suggest that Ivy's going to be anything. They're trying to like. There's nothing to stand on, and they act like they're speaking facts. It's fucking wild.
I wouldn't give all that up for Giannis. Yeah, because you're a fucking idiot.
It's just crazy.
It's the same shit as the Lions fans that didn't want to trade draft picks because they're too scared to make a jump. Well, guess what? Every fucking good team has to make a jump. Look at the history of the NBA, the NFL, any sport. No team just was cautiously meticulated and built together and just worked perfectly. Like, you had to make moves. You have to go get Andre Iguodala for the Warriors. And then guess what? You have to shake things up. Go get Kevin Durant. Like, you have to make moves. That's just the history of sports. And so they want to hold on to what these young prospects can be. And if you hold on to them and they don't reach their full ceiling, which isn't Giannis, by the way, then you look back at that trade and you go, damn, I guess we should have done that. It's so fucking stupid. I don't understand why Milwaukee wouldn't do that trade.
No, they would not.
They would not do that trade in a heartbeat.
By the way, I don't even think it's going to happen. It's just like the ignorance.
It's the fact that you're saying no.
That would be an absolute steal of a trade for the Detroit Pistons. If that happened, that would be an absolute fleecing for the Detroit Pistons. And it's not going to happen because the Pistons don't have enough to get Giannis. If the Pistons wanted Giannis, it would literally have to be everybody not named Cade Cunningham and picks.
And then Doris Burke would be coming off the bench.
Yeah. So it's not going to happen, but people looking at that trade and being like, no, I wouldn't do this.
This is the other thing, too. And I love this guy, by the way. Shout out Deuce. I think you make phenomenal content. I think like you are a hustler. You do phenomenal in the edits. Like you're right after the game. Like Deuce, you are tremendously talented. But you came out with a video today comping Jaden Ivey to Jalen Williams.
No.
Jalen Williams is a top 10, top 15 guy in the league. He's also 6'6". He also plays defense.
Elite perimeter
defender. There was nothing in common between the two.
They both got braids.
I guess so, man. But shame on me. Happy Juneteenth, everybody, too, by the way. But I don't know, man. The Jaden Ivey faction truly is just like mentally.
I'm here today, boys.
I like Jaden Ivey a lot. I do. I see the potential of him, and I like what he can be in the league. He will never be Giannis Antetokounmpo, and that is not throwing shade on Jaden Ivey. If you think Jaden Ivey has MVP potential,
top 20 all time. potential. Like, come on,
do what you're gonna
Putting
do.
up
Smoke what you
Shaq
want to
numbers.
smoke.
Yeah,
with 170 pounds left, like what are we doing?
Giannis,
and then Cade's gonna be better than that. Like, come on, like what are you doing? Like, I don't see the logic. You could make that trade and then turn around and go, you know what? We actually don't want Giannis, and then trade him for more than what you gave up.
Yeah,
like that
you could
that
just
is a
flip
below market deal
Yeah.
for Giannis Antetokounmpo. You do it 10 times out of 10. I don't care. It's a bunch of picks in the 20s. Stu, who I like, Ivy, who I like, Tobias, who I like. Guess what? All of that adds up to not close to fucking Giannis.
No,
not close. Like, you do that move every single time. And look, I'm a fan of the depth. Look at Indy, OKC. I've been screaming that on this show. Build through depth. But that is a offer that is literally too good to refuse.
Yeah.
Literally too good to refuse. You make that move
and
you
still
figure
have
shit
Asar,
out.
You'd still have Duren. You could re-sign Beasley. Like,
Yeah,
I
probably
mean,
not happening, but just like the
it's not going to happen. There's no chance in hell that
if it does,
trade happens. Milwaukee would never accept that trade offer. Nobody would. Nobody would accept that trade offer for Giannis.
Well, the Jaden Ivey fans would
for you guys to say you wouldn't take it is just absolute idiocracy.
That would be worse than the Luka trade.
That'd be worse than the Luka. Absolutely, that'd be worse than the Luka trade.
Yeah,
So-
I don't get it.
Yeah, I'm kind of off that one, man, because I don't think we're gonna get Giannis.
But the Jalen Williams thing is interesting. You're saying that people actually are comparing, because are they saying easy? Let me say, are they doing this? Are they saying he's the number 2 like Jalen Williams that you believe in?
I don't think.
Because if it's that, I disagree. But if it's that, I disagree. But I see what they're going with. But
They don't play
if
like
they're
each
saying
other at
he
all.
is Jalen Williams, he's definitely not.
He did say like an explosive athlete who attacks the rim.
I think he started back down by saying I'm saying to be number 2, but in the video, no, you're literally comparing the two of them, saying they play similar. Like I could send the video.
Yeah, they don't play similar at all. They don't play similar at all.
No.
That's
And again,
not
I
a-
respect Deuce. Like again, like one of the hard. Like he's
Yeah.
The
Deuce is the
Pistons,
man.
the content
Yeah.
creators, I would say probably the hardest working, maybe outside of our Tigers guy here. I would be honest.
Shout out.
From Jack to Kool-Aid to Deuce, like all these guys. Like
Yeah.
they go
that's a
hard.
lot.
Cool, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of great content.
But that's just like that's just like wrong.
That's
I think he knows it's wrong. I think that's why he tried to switch it to like I think he'd be a good number 2.
I think he probably was. Yeah, I think he was probably trying to go that angle, or maybe you're right. Maybe I didn't see the video, so maybe he did like pivot. But I don't think Ivy can be a 2, and I don't think he needs to be a 2 for this team to reach its ceiling.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah, that's why I had to finally calm down.
And Duren. I'm betting on Asar and Duren. I'm betting on Ivy to be a key piece, but not the number 2.
Yeah,
that's what I like. I think Ivy could be a supercharged 6th man or a very good starter.
Yes.
Like I think he can be the 3rd, 4th, 5th best player on your team, and that's a damn good piece. I don't think that that's not unreasonable. I don't see that. I don't see number 2, but I don't know. It's just ridiculous. I think people are too held on to Jaden Ivey specifically.
Mm-hmm.
It's a weird faction of humans, I guess.
Doesn't make sense.
I'll put it to you like that.
Let's go to break. We'll come back. We'll talk about something else. Tell us about Caesars.
Caesars Sportsbook, guys. How would you like to get your money back if you bet on Jaden Ivey to be MVP? Because you know you're going to lose that one. You get the money back if you use promo code Woodward1000 and visit CaesarsSportsbook.com or scan the QR above. Again, your first deposit up to $1,000 back on your first bet by using promo code Woodward1000. With whatever waits, we'll be right back.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at WoodwardSports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids, all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in the clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app online or in club and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man-meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
If you guys want to show us some support, make sure you follow us on all social media platforms at Woodward Sports on YouTube, Instagram, X, Facebook, TikTok, and Twitch. Again, that's Woodward Sports on all platforms.
Bonjour, welcome back to Woodward Live, WoodwardSports.com. Me, my Spin Rex, young Chris, Nicholas Kohloff, Skywalker in the building. Smash the like button, be a friend, tell a friend, and share the stream. Did you get the graphic from the receiving core rankings yesterday? If it's actually
3-0,
if it's
Pirates.
a specific publication,
Holden
actually don't even put it up.
Yeah. Holden getting tagged a little bit. Tigers down 3-0.
God damn it! I almost didn't want to even. Almost didn't even want to put this up there. Detroit Lions.
How could you put the Eagles over the Bengals?
Yeah.
Bengals have to be number one. The Bengals have to be number one.
Bengals have to be
Jamar
number
Chase is the best receiver in football. T. Higgins is a top
The
15
one thing it
receiver in
says
football.
underneath receiving core is they're including the running backs in tight ends.
What?
But if that's the conversation, then I'd move the Lions up.
And then that's not a receiving core.
They catch balls as a catching group of pass catchers. But yeah, I would say
that's.
I wrote this down somewhere too because I did remake my list. I
Trevor.
did it up with the Lions number one.
Trevor.
Here we go. Yeah, Trevor. I think in fairness, Trevor, he almost had to do this because he put AJ Brown number one. I did Lions, Eagles, Bengals, Vikings, Bucks, Rams, Dolphins, Texans, Niners.
Why? Who? I understand tight ends, but running
I almost didn't
backs.
want to put the graphic. These guys in Cincinnati, I'm going to say their name. They just do this on purpose for these interactions. Because the running back one today was even worse.
PFF has jumped the shark, man. It is. They really just don't care anymore.
I almost hate
that sucks.
Giving them the airtime, but it's like what? It's dead season. We kind of have to talk about this shit.
I mean, they know what they're doing.
Today they ranked the Ravens running back room over the running back room, mind you, not running backs. Number one in the league over the Detroit Lions.
The Ravens?
Yes.
Justice Hill.
Justice Hill.
That's
Career
your
high is
savior.
385 yards. And their dipshit fans are dumb enough to be in the comment section like, he's a great pass blocker. He's let up more sacks than Dave Montgomery. I went and looked it up. They're always a great pass catcher. Dave Montgomery averages more yards per catch. They do it for the reaction. They do it for the clicks.
PFF, you guys suck.
They fucking suck.
You guys suck, dude. Get a grip. Oh my God. I couldn't imagine putting out a list like that. Best wide receiving core in the league. We include tight ends and running backs.
So they'd be the Lions.
Well, I hate PFF, dude. I hate you guys. You guys had something great. You really did. You built it, and it wasn't backed by nonsense and now you just make up shit.
Well, some of their equations were made up, or their
but at least you could understand where they were coming from.
Yeah.
What?
Like some of the stats that they made up.
Yeah.
It was okay. Contested, or what was it, tough throw, catch ability or something?
We asked Trevor big time throw. He was like, well.
It's kind of just when I feel like it's a big time throw, I call it a big time throw. So I let that go by, even though that's greasy. Like your pass block win rate or your big time throw percentage. That was just I feel like you won that rep, I'll give it to you. Or I feel like that was a big throw, I'll give it to you.
Well, that pressure one too, right?
The pressures are if they were within 5 steps of a quarterback after 3 seconds of him releasing the ball, we counted as a pressure. Guys, and now shit like this is just they totally jumped the shark, man. Sucks. You hate to see it. They're we got to put them down.
We kind of got to put them down. Someone has to step up and fuck it. This is getting ridiculous.
This is insane, dude. And
even when by their measurements, sometimes we've gone back and looked at the numbers, we're like, hey, this doesn't make sense because you have this guy ranked number 1 at this, but you rank him number 5 on your list.
Like Kirby Joseph who's ranked number 1 on literally every coverage grade or any PFF grade that you could have.
And all pro to go with it.
And he's a first-team All-Pro, and you had him 6th?
They had Penei Sewell ranked 6th.
Yeah, who was number 1 on all of their lists and first-team All-Pro. See, that stuff like them. They run off. It's pro football feelings now. That's what it is. It's pro football feels like it. Because it doesn't matter the statistics. It's just whatever they feel like they're going to do. I feel like that was a big-time throw. I feel like he's a better player, even though all of our grades say the other guy is. I feel like this room's better, even though all of our grades say the other one is. It's just... Man, pro football feels like it.
Just fans says pretend flannel factoids.
Yeah. Anytime from now on, if someone brings up PFF in an argument, I'm going to be like, okay.
Feel like it facts.
Yeah. I'm gonna bring the Spipa grade. Anytime somebody says something about PFF to me, I'm going to be like, yeah, well, his Spipa was 20 points higher.
Yep.
They're going to be like, what's Spipa? I'll be like, figure it out.
So if you are including running backs,
like, you
tight
don't
ends,
know, that's embarrassing.
along with the wide
It's
receivers,
the Lions.
Who is?
It's the Lions.
Okay.
If you're including running backs and tight ends to a receiving core, yeah, it would be the Lions. Like
Jared Goff made them though.
I like Trevor too. He's a good guy.
Trevor's a great guy.
But you're a Sith Lord now. Fucking, you were Anakin, and now you're Darth Vader.
Skywalker, you keep it a buck. Am I being biased for having the Lions number 1, and including running backs and tight ends as that in that graphic?
Including running backs, tight ends, the Lions are clearing away the best wide receiver core in the NFL. I mean, the Sun God is like top 5, and that's low balling if you want to say. Top 5 wide receiver. J-Mo is one of the best wide receiver 2s in the league. Sam Laporta is a top 3, top 4 tight end. And Gibbs is the second best running back in the NFL. And we got the best backup running back. I don't know. It's ridiculous. Yeah, PFF is a fucking joke.
Booner says it right here. Shout out to Booner. He says, PFF put out an article today for best duos at each position group. They had Gibbs and Monty for running back, but on their list they have him at number 2. You can't tell me it's the third guy, because I know Craig Reynolds is better than whoever the third guy is for the Ravens.
I actually like the third guy for the Ravens.
Who is it? Oh,
Keaton Mitchell.
Yeah, Keaton Mitchell. Okay, maybe he's not.
But Justice Hill, get the fuck out of here with that.
Yeah,
dude. Are you kidding me?
Keaton Mitchell would be their number 2.
Yeah,
he's the second most talented back on their team.
And in fairness too, like let him get a little more run. Like let's see a little more Keaton Mitchell. By the way, let him prove himself a little bit.
I would take Craig Reynolds over Justice Hill.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. Justice Hill saved people randomly in fantasy weeks.
Yeah,
that's what happened with this guy.
Craig Reynolds done that before.
Justin Hill's gonna be a free agent in a couple years. Like,
exactly. That's the other point too. Like a pure value standpoint, if you're trying to tell me the value, the pass blocking and pass catching, which Dave Montgomery does better, by the way.
Both.
One got paid a lot more money. You want to know why? Because he's a fucking better player.
He's a better player.
Better player than all those fucking. I mean, it's just dumb. All right, who's the second best wide receiving core, including
with tight ends and running backs?
Yeah.
Probably the Eagles.
I got the Eagles for mine too.
Eagles for sure.
And then I put the Bengals 3, although tight ends like whatever, running back Chase Brown.
I think Texans could be up there.
Yeah,
Texans.
I mean, if we're counting running backs.
Well, because who's their new wide receiver 2? If my man kind of dying last.
Oh yeah, Tank Dell might be.
Yeah,
cooked.
I think he's out for the season, right?
So it'd be
He's
Nico
out for
Collins and.
Did you see his leg?
No, is it gross?
It was disgusting. Did you see that guy walking?
That sucks, man.
Oh,
As Stephon Diggs is gone, you know that he's with Cardi.
They drafted Jalen Noel, and I think they drafted Kyle Williams too, which I really like. But again, got to see him on the field.
Yeah.
But Nico Collins is a dog.
Nico Collins is a dog.
Shout out to Nick. That's been Nick's guy for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
I put Vikings number 4, which maybe they should be number 3.
Over the Bengals?
Yeah. If you're including tight ends and running backs?
Yeah, because
with
Hawk
and with Aaron Jones.
Yeah, and the backs, yeah.
I was just being a little hater then, I guess.
Yeah, I'd probably put the Vikings 3. But again, why are we including running backs in the wide receiving core ranking? They're not wide receivers.
Shout out to Boone in the War Sports chat, by the way, too.
Shout out Boone.
Are we counting linemen too? Because then Lions are far and away the best. They're far and away the best.
That's a phenomenal fucking point.
That is a very good point, Chris.
Dan Skipper
point. Where's this stop?
Sorry ass team.
Exactly.
Are we counting quarterbacks? Goff has a receiving touchdown.
Yeah, I mean, Trevor, if you're keeping it honest, which I know PFF doesn't do, but if you would do that, you should also include offensive linemen and quarterbacks because the Lions have offensive linemen and quarterbacks with receiving touchdowns. I mean, if you're not being biased and just choosing whatever you want to fit your narrative, then you have to include those too, right? Dude, I fucking hate PFF, man.
Shout out to the GOAT returning. He says, I leave for a few months, and all of a sudden they have Chris in a special needs shit.
I King back in the house.
I was told this gives me special powers.
Talking to the mic, idiot.
I was told this gives me special powers.
Didn't help when you were just holding the mic and me talking.
All right. So I Bengals were 4 in that situation, but then you had the Buccaneers who had Bucky Irving who kind of came on the spot.
I like Bucky Irving.
I'm going to put the Buccaneers over the Bengals too.
Rashad White is also a very good receiving back.
Yeah, I'm putting Bucks over the Bengals too then.
I'll put the Bucks over the Bengals.
If we're doing by their rules.
They got Emeka Ibuka too.
Yeah.
They got, who's their tight end?
Cade Otton?
Climb up
Is he
there
still with
too.
them?
Is it Cade Otton?
Yeah, Cade Otton.
Rams are up there for sure.
Would you climb the Rams over the Bengals given the complete setup?
If you're including tight ends and running backs.
Because I have Kyron.
You got Kyron
Davante
Williams,
Adams now.
Davante Adams, Puka.
Ooh.
I'd probably put the Bengals.
Who's the guy Kirby fucked up?
Tyler Higbee. Oh, I know.
Tyler Higbee.
Tyler,
it was
right?
Higbee, yeah.
Yeah. Who's the Bengals tight end?
TJ. Oh no.
TJ Hushmanzada?
No.
I'm about to look it up right now. I'm curious. I feel like I know him, but I can't. They have like 3 different
Love
tight
you
ends
too,
they use
King.
equally.
Good to
and
hear
they're
from you,
all
brother.
equally as productive.
It's old Penn State. Used to play for the Dolphins.
Mike Gesicki.
Gesicki.
Gesicki, yeah, they did sign him. That's
Gesicki's
right.
pretty good.
He was like really good a couple years ago.
He had an elite
like-
season for the Dolphins.
He's a receiving tight end.
Who
He
is
came
your
off-
favorite one-year wonder tight end? Mine is no doubt Gary Barnidge.
Mine is without a doubt Joe Fourier.
Joe Fourier. That's literally where I was going to go.
Yeah.
I met him at a pissing game once, and he signed.
He parties.
Like a Pistons
He's
ball
fucking
for me.
huge.
Yeah, he was big.
He's a hippie now.
Oh
I have a
yeah,
picture
he's
of
like
him.
he's like 6'8".
Yeah.
Yeah, he just danced.
How many touchdowns did he have that year? He had like
6.
Yeah.
It might have been 6 in 6 games.
Gary
He just
Barnidge was an
couldn't stop
all-pro.
dancing.
I remember we
That's
thought he
wild.
was going to be fucking
Fourier?
Yeah, we thought Fourier was going to be a guy, yeah.
Yeah, I mean he's 6'8", and he's mossing people. Yeah. Njoku's had more than 1 year.
That's what I'll
Kyle
say.
Pitts.
I guess in
Kyle
terms
Pitts,
of
he hasn't had a year yet.
No, his first year.
But he will.
Revisiting like a Stafford conversation a little bit from yesterday, like Stafford made you believe in a Chris Durham in a brief moment. You know
Hey,
what I'm
bro,
saying?
great white hope.
Stafford
That
made you
guy's a
believe in a
dog.
fucking Joe Fourier. That's what
Tony
I guess Stafford
Scheffler.
could do. You know? I think he might have been before Stafford.
Shout out Tony.
Tony Scheffler? No.
I think
He
he
was
was.
during Stafford.
Stafford and
Was he?
Pettigrew. Or Scheffler and Pettigrew for a little while. I think it
You know,
was...
I think
Oh, man.
Scheffler played. Oh, no, I'm thinking Mike Fury. That's
Yeah.
what I'm thinking of.
I remember Tony Scheffler had the touchdown celebration against the Bucks when he did the...
Yeah.
That shit was
cold.
fire. That was a fire TD celebration.
That was a fire TD celebration.
Is it fair to say that second half of the season, Lions tight end group,
Tony
where they were
Scheffler-
all just popping off? James
Wow.
Mitchell, Brock Wright, they were all cooking.
Tony
So for that
Scheffler
one game.
in 42 games started, he had 22 touchdowns.
What was his last year with the Lions?
He only played with the Lions. His last year was 2013. In
4 or 5 years
in
to
2011, he had 6 touchdowns.
What has happened? Every time I go to Pro Football Reference on my computer, it just freezes.
It's Pro Football Focus trying to steal you.
I guess so. I mean, what the hell? Joe Fourier, 8 career touchdowns, and 7 of them came in 2013.
Yeah.
So that's one off. And then, yeah, they just died off because he fell down chasing his dog or some shit. Wasn't that the story?
Yeah, it was something stupid.
Slid down the stairs trying to get his little dog. Not rest in peace.
I fell down the stairs
You fell down the stairs?
a couple times. My
Damn,
sister
fell down the stairs.
My sister pushed me down the stairs a couple
Well, that's
times.
a little different.
Bitch.
Getting pushed down the stairs and falling down the stairs.
I had to tell mom and dad that.
No, she literally opened the door one
You were a
time.
victim.
She opened the door and it hit me. I fell down the stairs. I walked back up the stairs. She's standing at the top. She pushed me back down the stairs.
That's a menace.
Yeah, she's a savage. I used to beat the shit out of her, dude. Once I got big enough, because she was nasty, dude. She used to kick my ass.
Okay. I want to throw this thing. All right, let's go to break. Tell us about merch.
Somebody say something about golf? Tell us about merch, Skywalker.
No, I'm just frozen.
If you guys need some new swaggy merch, make sure to check out woodwardsports.com. Click shop. We got everything you need. We got Red Wings, Tigers, Lions, Pistons, everything. Hoodies, hats, tees, whatever you need to turn heads. Again, that's woodwardsports.com and click shop.
A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man-meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
You know how some things are so good they should be world famous, but they're not? Our house-made vinaigrette is one of those things. And the antipasto salad, we drizzle it over. Same with our hand-battered chicken tenders. Original recipe soups and pasta sauces. It's almost as if our original world-famous Detroit-style pizza is mocking them. And that's not very nice.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side. Woodward Sports.
Pizza guys, promo code 10 mil. You can try the best Detroit style pizza ever. You want to know why? They invented it. They've been around since 1946. I don't even know if I could vote back then. It's promo code 10 mil from Buddies.
Shout out Juneteenth.
Shout out to the guy who sold me this laptop for $500. That's what I get for trying to look for a deal. I mean, come on. Come on. All right, yesterday we did our all-time, my-time Detroit Lions team, and we started with the offense. Today we're doing the defense, Vinny, and this one was actually a little bit harder.
Dude, this guy, I'm arguing with this guy on Twitter real quick, about it started with the Jaden Ivey.
Same-sex marriage.
Started with the Jaden Let these women marry each other. No, it started with the Jaden Ivey Giannis thing. He doesn't want Giannis because he doesn't want a name chase. And then he brought up that I wanted Chase Young. And I said, yeah, I wanted Chase Young. And he's like, why? Why would he do this? He would have made the Lions a better team, which would have given them a better chance of beating the 49ers, right? That's pretty reasonable logic, right? Like adding a good player would make you a better team, which would help you beat a team that you lost to. You'd get better odds if you were a better team. And he said, why didn't Young make San Fran a better team with this logic? He did. That's why they beat the Lions.
He did.
Like, what are we talking, dude? I swear to God. I gotta stop. I gotta stop talking with these fucking cousins, man. Jesus Christ.
It's also crazy to comp Giannis to Chase Young.
Yeah.
Like completely different human beings. My bad. I'll get my chair. I apologize. Yeah, Giannis is like top 15 all time.
Yeah.
In his sport. Chase Young is
aren't you the same guy that wanted Chase Young? How'd that work out for us? We lost and we didn't get him.
Yeah, we lost to Chase Young.
Yeah, I would have rather had him. Probably, it would have made the team better.
That's the same thing with the guy. I was arguing with a couple of Red Wings guys trying to cope over the Wallman trade. Brother,
that was ridiculous.
It was a bad trade.
It was a bad trade.
Wallman is not a good player, but that was a bad trade.
But you can shut out Wallman in the finals for sure. You cannot say the trade worked in our favor. It was a good trade when he went for the first round pick.
I would rather have Jake Wallman than Justin Hall.
I think I would have rather had him last season than Johansson.
No.
Johansson has obviously more potential, but last season alone, I think I would take Wallman.
No, I'm taking Aljo over him.
Yeah, I think Aljo's better at defense, but you said potential. I get it. All-time, my-time Detroit Lions defense made you do it.
No, didn't.
Starting.
Shout out.
Opposite of Aiden Hutchinson.
Ziggy Ansah.
Yeah. Did you know? I did not know this for some reason. I had season tickets then. I was a big fan then. I mean, I always been a big fan. He had an All-Pro. I never knew that. Ziggy Ansah is a second-team All-Pro.
Mm-hmm.
15.5 was it?
14.5.
14.5?
Yeah. I was between him and Cliff Averill, and I saw that, and I was like, you know what? That's Ziggy Ansah.
What about Robert Porcher?
You say
I went with Cliff Averill because of consistency throughout his Detroit Lions career. He was hanging around 8.5, 9.5, 10.5 sacks.
What about Robert Porcher?
My time Lions.
He played until 2003.
I don't remember him.
You had Herman Moore in there, but
we took him off because you said you had to watch him.
Yeah, he played until 2003. He had 3 Pro Bowls.
How many sacks?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 seasons of over 10 sacks.
Damn, Porsche. I have heard that name, but it doesn't like.
Oh, I know who Robert Porcher is, but yeah, I didn't know if are we doing it.
Well, dude, you just changed the rules that you wanted to do yesterday.
I mean, Herman Moore played until what?
But we disqualified it.
Yeah.
It was like,
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
now here you are, Boucher.
That's fair. I'm just saying. You're older than me,
Bobby
so
Hey, that's literally Bobby Boucher. It's a
Figured-
little bit of a name change there.
figured you would have had him on there because you're 40, but it's if that's what you want to do.
But wait, a little bit of a decline for him. Oh no, he had 11 in 2011 or 2001.
Yeah, 2001 he was a Pro Bowler. 99 he was a Pro Bowler. So he made 3 Pro Bowls while I was alive.
Yeah.
Yeah, while you're alive, team, he's down there. Over Ziggy, I'd say.
Yeah.
But while you watch, team, he ain't make
Well,
the
you
cut.
could form thought team.
Yeah, he didn't make my cut for the while I watch team.
Yeah.
Inside I had Ndamukong Suh.
Yep.
Of course.
And I had Charles Rogers. I did it based off like 1 nose tackle, 1 3 tech.
Yeah.
I did it that way.
I don't hate that.
Oh, Sue could be either. but-
Haloti Nada.
Ooh.
Yeah, in his time here though, was he
Like,
I mean,
are we saying? Yeah, I'm taking Haloti Nada if it's just you get that player.
No, this time here.
And then it's time here.
This time in the Lions jersey.
Okay. Yeah, then probably Sue and Rogers.
Who are you taking?
Maybe Aleem.
You're a little younger than
If
us.
Aleem's healthy,
You
maybe,
probably don't know.
maybe Aleem.
Charles Rogers.
No, I'd probably take Haloti Nada.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
No Aleem for anybody?
That's what I said. Maybe Aleem.
I
Maybe
took
Aleem.
Aleem and Sue.
Yeah.
Aleem and Sue? Yeah.
I was
fucking love
debating.
Sue.
We don't have a stacked defensive tackle
Yeah.
group
No.
to pick from in the last 26 years.
Yeah.
Cornerbacks.
I'm taking
I mean,
Tyleek Williams.
Yeah.
Nick Fairley.
Cornerbacks is easy, right?
I did
Kai-
CD3 and Slay.
No Dre Bly.
CD3?
And then Dre Bly was my third one.
I would
Who's
take
CD3?
Carlton Davis. I'm taking Dre Bly over Carlton. I do Dre.
So I
I'm
did-
doing Dre Bly and Darius.
I did
Slay.
3 corners,
Same.
2 linebackers. That's because we run right now.
Oh, okay.
So I had Bly there still.
Oh, okay. Yeah, then yeah. Can I put Branch in the nickel and then take Glover and Kirby?
I thought about doing that. Yeah.
That's what I would do. Okay.
But Glover was another free safety too.
Yeah, but still.
Him and Kirby both free safeties. So
Play
I
them
left
both.
it Branch and Kirby. Who
Yeah.
were your corners,
I
Nick?
got all 3.
I had Dre Bly and Darius Slay. Same with Spenny. I thought it was just the 2. I didn't know we were doing 3.
Third would be probably
But yeah, I
Carlton
completely
Davis.
forgot about
Yeah.
Carlton Davis and how good he was. I was thinking about anybody recent.
All pro level.
Yeah. Did
Borderline all pro.
you? I got.
Some might say.
Yeah. Some might say.
Fulfilled the Tracy Walker promise.
Linebackers. We doing 3 linebackers?
I did 2.
Okay.
I got
DeAndre
3.
Levy
I did Levy and Anzo.
and Anzo.
Am I missing?
Steven Tolak, baby.
Tahir-
What?
Tahir
he was
Whitehead?
the king of this defense for a minute.
Tahir Whitehead.
He was
They all had seasons.
Tahir Whitehead had a nasty
But that
season,
goes to
dude.
show you how dominant the defensive line was. That these fucking like journeymen were coming through here
Yeah.
and looking like fucking monsters.
Tahir Whitehead had an insane season.
Ashley Palmer.
Ashley Palmer had a good season
like
too.
The D line was just so good. These guys looked amazing out there.
Yeah, Anzo and Levy is.
Yeah, I'm at that.
Yeah, I'm cool with that. Levy was.
Who were your corners?
Levy
Skywalker?
was a problem.
My score, I got for sure Darius Slay, and then I never really watched Dre Bly too much, so I guess I'd kind of have.
I think
to
you.
put Carlton
I think that was like
Davis.
year you were born 2003.
I was 2005.
2005. That's what
I don't think I.
Yeah.
Damn,
So
this
Dre
one
Bly's-
has
so
seen
who's your
shit.
CD3?
Yeah, gotta be
Okay.
Carlton.
Yeah.
05?
Dude, he's 19.
You're the same age as my girlfriend.
Been dating her for 5 years.
You got some competition, Nick.
Same age as your daughter, oldie.
Oh, not as good, but still a good one.
Yeah.
I'll never
Levy
forget the
didn't
next
like
day, Nick
football.
be like, yeah,
Levy
my
got-
girl graduates high school.
All
That
right.
shit was
With the
so
stash.
funny.
Yeah,
Levy
the
got
stash.
hurt and then he got a little sheepish. That's what it was. He was
fucked up his hip.
Yeah, he got
on
hurt.
a fucking airplane.
He got hurt and then he was never the same. He got a little sheepish in the hole.
Glover Quinn told me, so he did the airplane thing, fucked up his hip, and then they were all practicing at like some fancy high school out this way, and he fucked up even worse, and he just never was the same.
Thanks,
Hip
King.
injuries matter, dude. I think low key, Killian still ass for sure, but I think the hip injury for sure helped.
New hip Javi.
New hip hobby, yeah.
That's a good nickname.
That's a great fucking poll for like the hip conversation.
Yeah.
Because look at this fucking guy.
Look at him. Hip reconstructive surgery. Dude's an all-star.
I mean, for real.
Went
though.
from the worst player of all time to an all-star. What was the one difference other than having a Latin brother next to him on the infield is
Quite literally.
Shout out to King. I think the stash is a good look. I think it's my look. I'm going to rock it for the rest of my life.
Oof. I'm just kidding.
You shut up.
That's a choice.
Big grashing over there, dude. Oh, I'm gonna shave one of my sides of my beard, not even the goatee too. That was a cop out, dude.
Yeah. Can't believe I was bald.
David Witt. Remember when Ziggy was good for 2 minutes? Yeah.
Ziggy was really good.
I will give them credit though, because like I wasn't pissed but confused when they made that pick, and then it ended up working out.
Yeah.
Ziggy was a monster when healthy.
Yeah, couldn't stay healthy.
I just really loved the game.
Also, like Ndamukong Suh.
When I met Ziggy, the first time in my life having that experience. I mean, for me, like a professional athlete like that,
Yeah.
like, he could smush my head.
Yeah, I met Sue downtown.
Fucking great.
We were out to eat for my grandpa's birthday, and he was down there.
I had season tickets, and after the training camp practices, I'd go around like high five everybody. I remember I poked Sue. I just wanted to see like, you know, it's like everyone's like he's like fucking solid.
Yeah,
and it was. He looks pudgy, but it was fucking like rock solid. No, because it was a bunch of fucking people. I was like, like a fucking zoo animal. It's like trying to hide and shit, like fucking.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I think that's pretty fair. I like putting Luther Ellis. When did Luther Ellis play? What about Mike Schmidt?
Who the fuck?
That's a made-up name.
No, remember Mike Schmidt's the linebacker? Luther Ellis played until 2004, two-time Pro Bowler.
2005 was like my conception of like football. Like when I was like EA Sports.
Yeah, you could actually, like I said, form complex, rational thoughts.
Yes.
But
in fairness, how rational was I? I thought the Lions were in the Super Bowl every year.
That's true.
You know? Yeah.
Two-time Pro Bowler for Luther Ellis. How many? Not a sack guy, but a run stuffer.
Who were your linebackers, Skywalker?
I probably put in Anzo, and then I don't know. Since I've been watching the Lions, there haven't been really too many good linebackers. Like it would kind of be a toss-up.
Levy or Tolik?
I guess so. Yeah. I'd probably put Levy. I guess. I don't know. I'm not too confident about it though.
Dude, Levy was
a dog.
And didn't he lead the league in
led
interceptions?
the league in interceptions. Yeah, up until like week 14 or something.
He had like 7 that year.
Yeah, he was a fucking problem.
He was insane.
He was insanely.
He was the best. He was the best linebacker in the NFL that year.
Dude, I swear to God, I think he could have been like All Pro, Hall of Fame had he stayed healthy.
If he
was that good.
Yeah, I agree because he could do everything. He could rush the passer. He's obviously great in coverage. And he's a tackling machine.
I'm gonna pull the stats.
Levy was.
Maybe I'm tripping. But
Xavier D says
like,
Tavai. Shout out Jelani Tavai.
Oh,
who's still playing, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out the Patriots.
Remember ESPN didn't even have tape on him?
Yeah, crazy. Second rounder.
Yeah.
I got Tolak, Levy, Anzalone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout the fuck. Pay Anzo, goddammit.
I'm putting.
He's in our all-time, my-time line list.
Yeah.
Pay that.
I'm putting Anzo over Tulloch.
Yeah, I did.
I would if we're taking 2 linebackers, it'd be Levy and Anzo.
That's like 3.
Ebony and Ivory.
2 corners.
Ebony, Ivory. He had interceptions every single year up until his decline.
Yeah.
He had 6 interceptions that year. He played all 16 games. He had 15 pass deflections.
Who would be your kick returner?
Yeah, that's what I was just about to ask. Is it Kohloff?
Hold on, 2013 he didn't make All Pro with 6 interceptions and 15 pass deflections. But then in 2014 he made All Pro with 1 interception, 4 pass deflections. That makes 0 sense. I
remember trading for Devin Hester every single Madden for like 12 years.
Devin Hester's a cheat code in Madden.
By the way,
maybe Jamal Agnew. Would you have Khalif or Jamal Agnew?
Gotta be Khalif.
Jamal was insane.
Jamal was kind of goated.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
Dude, who was that? Ross. I think he was number
Jeremy
12.
Ross.
Jeremy Ross.
Number 11 or something like that.
Yeah,
yeah.
I think he had a couple touchdowns.
Stephon Logan. I thought Stephon Logan was way colder than I looked up his stats. It's like, oh, I guess he wasn't as cold as I thought.
Jeremy Ross. Did he have any?
Real quick, DeAndre Levy. So 15 pass deflections at the linebacker position, 6 interceptions, and he still had 118 tackles.
Damn.
8 for loss. 3 QB hits.
Jeremy Ross had 2 touchdowns.
Wildly no sacks that year. But what a fucking season that is.
Well, Jeremy Ross had 2 kickoff return touchdowns for the Lions.
I guess on consistency, I probably have to go Khalif, but we're also like a better team. That's the tough part too. Is like the coaching is like so much better now. Like I genuinely feel like if Dan Campbell had that 2014 team or 2013 team, whatever it was, like Sue,
Jamal, I think I'm going Agnew,
Johnson.
Dude.
I think Dan Campbell and the boys would have At least win some playoff
They're definitely
games.
not getting punked by
At
the
least
Saints,
AFC
and they're
Conference.
definitely not getting punked by the Saints.
No, especially if you got
They'd
AG.
probably still lose, but they wouldn't get punked.
And they're like the year that Colbo had them.
Definitely beating the Cowboys.
Yeah. Especially if you got AG, like the way he was able to continuously, take these parts that weren't all polished and pristine and make a good defense. Like, yeah, they would have been nasty.
I am absolutely taking Jamal Agnew.
Ooh,
he's first team All-Pro.
49ers Super Bowl that year.
Jamal Agnew was a first team All-Pro his rookie year.
Yeah, kick return. But Khalif Raymond, All-Pro too.
Yeah, but wait, I want to see where's
But Khalif's more of a punt returner, where Jamal was like
he was a kickoff returner.
Yeah, so it's kind of hard to like.
His rookie year, he had 2 touchdowns. He had a 88 yard return touch. He led the league in. Oh, this is punts. He led the league in punt return yards, punt return touchdowns, and yards. So he wasn't really a kick returner. He wasn't a kick returner until 2019.
Agnew?
Yeah.
So I guess you have to go Agnew. Or no, because Khalif did both.
Well, he did he had 11 kick returns for 119 yards his rookie year. But he had 29 punt returns for 447 yards and 2 touchdowns.
It's Professor Charles Xavier, but short bus Chris.
That's facts. Chris's school for gifted himself.
I just saw that episode of The Office where Dwight was like,
School for gifted youngsters.
School for gifted youngsters,
You
and he's
went to
like,
X-Men school too.
yeah, he's like, some people never figured it out.
Yeah, I've got a couple superpowers. What is he?
Boss Bailey.
Night hearing. Animals understand where I point.
Hold up, Stick Sucks commented Jake Rogers is Skeen's killer. It's now a fact. What happened? What did we miss?
He had a double,
Nope.
and now Colt Keith is up with 1 out after Trey Sweeney struck out on one of the nastiest sliders.
Trey Sweeney's up for the doubleheader.
Yeah, Javier Baez did not play, get the start in this one. Trey Sweeney, what do you mean? Like just playing?
Yeah,
playing for his life.
Still
up
kicking
here.
tires on him, huh?
Yeah, when he gets sent down, I'll be sure to bring in that pizza.
Yeah, thanks.
But Cole Keith just walked, so guys up first and second. Gleyber Torres steps up.
Who did they
We
bring
gotta
up for the
scratch off some
doubleheader?
rules.
There we go.
Pitcher Dylan Smith, who had his first career strikeout today.
Oh, that's that dude. Talk
Pitcher.
about no aura. Dylan Smith, absolutely. He's got less aura than Riley. I'll admit that.
Not today, Spenny.
No, I'm just saying.
Riley's got aura. You be hating.
Riley had an insane aura moment with that home run. That was by far the most aura he's ever had.
That
But
was a
Dylan
crazy
Smith, legitimately auraless. Like, I saw him on the mound, I was like, oof. But he got a strikeout. Again, they're 2 separate things. Yeah.
All right. Grounded into double play. Gleyber Torres.
Jesus, bro.
Shout out.
Fucking watching right now. Yeah, there it goes. All right, that's awesome. Paul Skeens. He's dominating.
He's really good.
Yeah.
I mean,
He's really good.
Mid-dub play for him, too.
All right, let's go to
White
break.
Claw, Planet Fitness. We're about to get out of here.
No, we'll just do White Claw and then we're done. So,
Love you guys.
Tell us about White Claw, Nick.
Calling all Tigers fans, join us for the White Claw Tigers Tour. Woodward Sports will be hitting 4 of the top bars in Detroit to watch the Tigers game live on the network. Join a whole bunch of the crew on Sunday night, June 29th, for our 3rd stop on tour at the Old Miami in Detroit. Be part of the fun and see our reactions live on Woodward Sports Network to one of the hottest teams in baseball. It's the White Claw Tigers Tour, brought to you by White Claw and Ben Johnson Law.
Well, that'll do it for us today. Appreciate you guys tapping in. Make sure you smash that like button for Easy, for Nick, for Skywalker doing the whole show like a champ, and for Chris for doing nothing. I am Spencer with the Heavyweights. Appreciate you guys tapping in. We'll see you tomorrow. Cash. Peace. That was Cash.